For real? Oh, no. Let's go.
Boston,
State of OH! Today. In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. on this Sports Are Awesome Wednesday, March 11, 2026. This program begins now. Sports are the greatest, and there is so much to talk about, okay? Like, I might never watch a baseball game again.
Don't say it.
It might be over. My baseball fandom might be over. I learned some things over the last about 10 hours that I didn't want to know. Did you know that Team USA, the greatest team we have ever assembled?
Well, the world's
with billions of dollars in contracts on a diamond, people that are so incredibly kind to us, people that have been doing magic, just beating teams, bang, bang, bang. Then they got to play who? Lavazza Italians, the Espresso Martini boys. And all of a sudden, we lose to them somehow, okay? I don't know how this is possible. Soccer? Maybe. Certainly in the past. Not in the future now that Ponch got the boys fired up.
Well,
so I don't think they're going to have soccer. If this is a cooking contest, I understand that the Italians are probably going to beat us in most situations. All of them are. Everybody's Nona seemingly has something that she can cook that's better than everybody else's, okay? I grew up in Pittsburgh. It's basically Italy. So I understand that they're going to win that. Coffee making, I got it. Cubans might have a little bit of an angle to beat them, but I think the Italians will certainly beat us in that case. Baseball? Yeah, right. We cannot be losing to grazie paisans in baseball, especially when you're minus 1,100 favorite.
Yeah.
Okay? So I've been dancing a little bit with DraftKings.
Sure.
Okay, I was out of the game for a while, and then I decided to make things a little bit more interesting. So I started to dabble with DraftKings. I had some L's hitting. Bang, bang, bam. I think this guy's going to hit a home run for sure. Guess what? He gets up to bat 4 times in a game, and guess what he doesn't do? Doesn't hit a home run. Who's pitching against him? A plumber from another country. How is he not hitting a home run? Well, actually, because it's a plumber, it's actually harder for him to, okay, because somebody told me that before I started betting on these things. So my bets thing was just L. I need a win, okay? I need a win. Shout out Champagne Poppy. Okay, need a win bad. Need a max win bad here. So I don't care what the odds are. What's a guaranteed win that they're allowing me to bet on? United States of America beats Italy in baseball minus 1,100.
Every time.
Book it.
I put $5,000 on that thing because that was the only way I was going to win anything of significance. $454 win I was looking for, okay? $5,000 bet, $454. All I really wanted was the dub in the chat.
That's it.
That is literally
A green
all.
box.
I just wanted to scroll through and see one green thing.
crown.
How much was I willing to pay for that? $5,000. I would like to see a positive because I'm a big emotions guy. If vibes are high, if vibes are good, I think things are going to go good. In what? Everything. If there's good vibes, everything's. I think there's even been a little bit of a science experiment that they put a documentary out that if you emit good vibes, there's a chance that the universe will actually bring positive back to you. So I'm always like that. Whenever you're just losing on everything, okay? You need one just to get back into good graces of maybe the gambling gods or maybe just vibe society as a whole. Minus 1,100. We're not going to lose the stupid Italians at baseball.
No way.
I know that. That's for sure. How much am I win? $454. That's enough for me to be excited about.
Yeah.
I can put another couple $100 bets on things. I like that. Let's go ahead and run it. 8-0. It was 8-0 at one point.
Yep.
I was at the Grand Ole Opry. Jelly Roll was getting inducted.
That was fun.
It was a huge night. It was a huge night. And then we got, what's his name?
Jack Caglione.
An American bat flipping his bat all the way back to his damn dugout as he's big donging all over our faces out there. I don't like it.
No, you shouldn't.
Hate it.
I don't like what's happening here. I don't like that they're judging D-Row, okay? D-Row's been good for a program.
Hard not to.
He should not have been saying what he was saying.
Maybe the ticket was punched.
He should not have said that publicly. Listen, the boys are having a good time. We got a great culture in the clubhouse. Guys are hanging out till 1, 2 a.m. here, you know?
Yeah.
Kinda
Dragging
rolling-
a bit today.
Dragging a little bit as they're rolling
Crawling
in.
in.
Hey, these boys got after it. They like each other. They like being around each other. They're doing all these things. That's good management, actually. When I heard them say it, I'm like, thank you for letting us know that the boys are coming together. Whenever I bet $5,000 on us to beat Italy, that'll be a safe bet or whatever. Then they lose.
Yeah.
Then we find out, no, their ticket
Hey,
is not
ticket's not punched,
They
Skip.
might not be in this thing. And it's like, well, what do you mean they're not in it? Well, now we got to wait on Italy and Mexico, which was once on fucking Tubi TV.
Yep.
Is now on Fox Sports 1 tonight, and we need the Italians to win bad, okay? If the Italians win, we're in. If Mexico scores more than 5 runs, we're in. But if Mexico wins and they score less than 5-1, if this is a cagey affair, if this is a 4-1 affair where Mexico beats Italy, the United States of America is not advancing out of pool play in a World Baseball Classic, a tournament that we put together to win so we can beat everybody.
Yeah.
I don't like that one bit. And I'll say this. You're doing it for a good of baseball today, Italy. Okay? Yeah. I'm never talking baseball again in this thing. I ruined baseball. That's kind of how I feel here. Clayton Kershaw, I saw him warming up a little bit. We needed his ass out there earlier because I know what Clayton would do. I've been in there. I've seen this guy. I have seen this guy. Yeah. He will do what he needs to do to beat you. Instead, we got these middle pitchers coming in here, and they're just saying, hey, guess what? BP, boys, fucking welcome to the American batting practice. What do we have going on out here? And is this what baseball is always like? Let's go to the talks table at Boston Connor. And now, granted, please, we're doing a lot of baseball right now. I apologize. Maxx Crosby seemingly got fucked a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second. But, Ty, as we wrap up baseball, what happened? How does this happen? How do we lose to Italy in baseball? And why are they speaking English afterward? They're all Americans that are on that Italian team that just beat America in America to knock out America in an American tournament.
In Texas.
I don't think I understand what's going on here. It was a tough night. Jelly rolls, Grand Opry.
Exactly. Team USA not know that?
I don't think they cared.
I'm saying backstage like this.
Rosa sure did.
Laney Wilson walks by. Laney Wilson walks by with Duck.
Shout out.
I start quack, 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 quack. You know, as everyone walk by, good to see you guys. George Jones's widow there. Nancy Jones is there. Royalty of the place walking around. Ernest, Jelly Belly. Everybody from the music community is doing their thing. And I'm standing. Everybody's back. A huge ordeal it is. I'm looking at my phone. And I'm just seeing score run up the other way. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking my app's broken. His Grand Ole Opry's got some magic in it. It's giving it Italy a win right now. That was not the case. We got our asses beat.
We did.
And then we started coming back late. Mm-hmm. And there was an opportunity for us to win it.
No, we're not going to do this. I'm going to cut you off right there.
That's 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler. There was an opportunity for us to win it. I was experiencing this in real time on my phone while watching along YouTube TV as it's traveling around. Aaron Judge has a chance. One guy on, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. How you doing? Hit a dinger here? Maybe this goes to extra innings. Maybe America gets a big-time win. Maybe this actually...
It's a good pitch.
It's a good pitch.
Yeah, it's a great pitch. He's been seeing a lot of this. He's been seeing a lot. Bryce Harper had an opportunity.
Wow.
Who's friend of the program. He's been good to us. We love that guy.
Love him.
He had an opportunity to do the bat flip that we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, but that thing was way the pitcher got him. Gabagool and these guys.
Yeah, it was Rod Marinaccio.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
They got pepperoni in their gloves, so that's something to think about.
It does feel like there's a little mozzarella in there. I mean, maybe we should check the caps here or whatever. Bryce chases one, flies out. It's like, they might have us. And they did. And now we're not playing baseball ever again? What the hell happened here? How's everything changed in what seemingly is one night for all parties, including the fans and the team maybe?
Yeah, I'm honestly at a loss for words. Everyone has said everything. There's no way that lineup should have lost that game. Michael Lorenzen, the guy who started for Italy, has thrown a no-hitter in Major League Baseball before. So, this guy's good. But, boy, listen, I know he's a friend of the program. Okay, he's been great to us. We love him. But D-Row... there's really nothing else you can say. D-Row clearly thought we were in, hey, listen, we want to win a game tonight, but our ticket's punched in the next round. And our ticket was not punched. We kind of put I don't want to say B lineup. These guys are all-stars, but we didn't play all the guys we probably should have. And then it kind of, reality set in about the 7th inning. And it was like, actually, we can't get beat 8-0. If we get beat 8-0, we're going to lose this game. So, Roman Anthony claws one back. Pete Crow Armstrong was unbelievable. Hit 2 homers, kind of did everything he could. But it was just too little too late. And that's kind of what happens, or what can happen in baseball is, yes, we are the way more talented team, even though they have, 21 American guys on their roster. But listen, if you don't put your best foot forward, whether it's pitching, whether it's with your lineup, you can get beat by a team who's got a bunch of MLB guys, and that's exactly what they did. So, now we're just hoping and praying that Italy either wins straight up today. Aaron Nola's on the bump, great pitcher, so that's good. Or that Mexico wins and Alejandro Wobble Body Kirk and some of these other guys hit a couple homers and they score more than 5 runs. But, boy, just dark days.
Italy will take care of it for you guys.
Okay, all right. That's good news.
So.
We hope the Italians will help us out today.
They will.
Yeah, right.
They
Let's
always
go to one
do.
half of the hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys AP time before we move on to the Maxx Crosby situation with the Ravens, which has certainly rattled all NFL conversations. What are the odds on tonight's Italy-Mexico game? And as we kind of put this whole thing in a nutshell, is my minus $1,100, $5,000 hammer loss potentially worst bet of all time?
It is potentially worst bet of all time. While you were doing it, you were like, this is great. I'll win $400 tonight. And Ty goes, Yeah, I mean, there's no way Team USA loses tonight. We knew at that point that was probably when they were going to lose.
No, don't you put that on us.
Yeah, no way.
We didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Mexico is $3 favorites tonight. A pretty large favorite. Being Aaron Nola is one of the best pitchers in the MLB for Team Italy. So we still have a chance there. Listen, if there's a team that could get it done for the Americans, it's Italy. Trust me. I know that deep down in my heart. And I think the boys in the Azzurri will do that for what?
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, they just beat Team USA, okay?
Shut up. You sound too happy. And that's kind of
I'm an American Italian, okay? I was bummed out last night. But I'm just saying, if there's a team that can help out US, it's Italy.
All right, we appreciate the Italians for what you're about to do for
With
America.
pizza, maybe.
And I had espresso earlier today, and
Italy.
we will eat pizza, and we will do it all. And we are very grazie for everything you've done for America. But last night just can't be happening.
No, it can't happen.
And listen, to the boys in the clubhouse, I don't even know if you're there because we don't have any games potentially ever again. But just know we enjoyed the hell out of the ride. Just, that can't happen. You know that can't happen. So one of you should have told D-Row we still had to play a game.
Yeah, where's the mayor at?
Sean Casey, yeah.
It's not the mayor's fault.
All right, let's move along. Let's get to the NFL. Speaking of mayors, I thought there was some rules, and I think we all learned quickly that I guess there is still some rules that you can kind of put in your back pocket, allegedly. Now, we don't know the ins and outs of this entirely. I think the whole world knew Maxx Crosby wasn't healthy, right? Wasn't that kind of the big deal with him at the end of the Raiders situation is he wanted to play. They said he couldn't play. Pete Carroll came out and said, like, doctors just said we can't do this. And then Maxx Crosby felt disrespected by the Raiders because he's like, all I ever try to do is play for the Raiders. Everybody wants me to get traded somewhere else. All I want to do is play for the Raiders. I want to play for the Raiders. Now you guys won't let me play because are you trying to tank to get the number 1 overall pick? That's not what I want to be a part of. Then he heard the stories coming out like Max never won. High school he never won. College he never won. Now in the NFL he's never won. Maybe it's time for him to start thinking about winning because the team that he thought he was so close with obviously had a disagreement at the end of the day. Whole new generation in for the Raiders. Whole new movement of Raiders. Let's move on from Maxx Crosby. And in doing so, we'll get 2 number 1s as well. So we move on into a next generation with Fernando Mendoza, Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, Tom Brady, probably a little bit more hands-on. We'll move on from the Maxx Crosby era of the Raiders. We'll thank him for his shit. There'll be no bad blood, but we'll also get a lot in return. In the Ravens, Jesse Minter, how you doing? Keep moving your defensive head coach. You got Lamar Jackson on one side. Now you got the Condor on the other side. It all made sense. It all felt like it made sense. All teams started acting accordingly. All other free agents in certain positions started acting accordingly. You got guys signing on the Raiders for prove-it deals, basically. At quarterback rushing positions, I'll take a 1-year prove-it deal if I'm going to get an opportunity to get on the field. You got other people making signings. You got Baltimore Ravens kind of hamstring because of what they got bringing in there. Can't do other stuff. So everything kind of goes how it goes. And then last night we get a message, yep, Ravens said we ain't doing it. Nope. He failed a physical. Well, we all knew he was going to fail physically. Didn't we kind of know? That's kind of how we got to this whole situation with the injuries is kind of what it all is. Yeah, I couldn't pass physical, so sorry. We need those 2 1s back also, too. We fucking need those, actually.
What?
And also, yeah, we're signing Trey Hendrickson for 4 years, $115 million, same exact position, and we still have our 2 number 1 picks for this year and next year. It's like, wait a minute, whoa. So how many days until Wednesday? I guess this is the interesting thing about the tampering period, but nothing become official until Wednesday, and then being able to just say, nah, we ain't doing that because you failed a physical, even though everybody thought he was going to fail a physical anyways, until probably like June-ish, I think, July. Just an interesting dynamic here that doesn't look like it's good for the football gods. It doesn't feel like this has been handled right. Joining us now is a man who was an NFL team doctor for a long, long time, still a practicing physician, I do believe, and also he is owner and operator of the
Sports Injury Central,
which are a group of doctors and former sports medical people that watch injuries happen, and then they give their immediate diagnosis and projections. Remember, whenever we're calling games, we're like, we're not a doctor, we're not going to try to guess what that injury is. That's what they actually do. They do try to guess it. They put out publicly, and they are normally spot on. On Monday, this man actually said, we wonder what the Ravens do with the physical because we all kind of know that he's probably not going to be able to pass it. It turns out to be the story. We appreciate him joining us right now in the middle of his workday, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. David Chow.
Yeah, Doc.
How you doing, Doc? Thank you for taking time on this ever-present moment here of team physicians making decisions, seemingly. Can you kind of just take us through why on Monday you put out the video wondering about the physical with the Baltimore Ravens? And can any team do this, I guess? Just kind of say, well, we don't like the physical, and how normal is this, if that makes sense, Doc?
Yeah, thank you. You are catching me between surgeries here, so sorry for the attire and so forth. But yeah, on Monday on my podcast, I said, look, if it's a meniscus repair, that's something that you can't pass a physical in 2 months, and it's only been 2 months. So the Ravens would have to project him to pass a physical. But there's an additional issue that's implied here. Apparently, they did additional studies, and it's not just can he be ready for this season? Is it worth the 2 first draft picks in terms of did they find some wear and tear on his knee with the additional studies? And yes, the Ravens, it's a bad look, but they are 100% within their right to determine a failed physical, not only based on today not being able to pass the physical, but the projection or long-term health projections. And that's what's in question here. Your Colts just signed Daniel Jones. He technically fails a physical today from his Achilles, but they're not worried about it, and they're going to pass him on that portion. The Ravens, for some reason, were worried about it long-term, and there's nothing the Raiders can do about it. The league will not investigate. This is just the way that it is.
Okay, Doc, I appreciate you giving us the real scoop and the intel on how it actually works, the projection of potential passing of a physical in the future, and also degenerative stuff potentially happening. Is this one of those things, and I know you doctors are all super geniuses, so I don't want to knock anything, but is this something where one doctor will say, there's not a problem, and another doctor could say, it is a problem? So the Ravens can be within their right saying, our doctor said it was a problem, even if there was another doctor that said, whoa, like if another team today trades for Maxx Crosby, gives a first rounder and a second rounder, and then their doctors pass the physical, it can be a differing of opinion, right, when you're trying to project what the future is, especially whenever it comes to the elite athletes and stuff like that?
100%. Doctors' analysis in some ways are like a scouting report. One GM may have this player graded as a first rounder, another as a high second rounder. They're not all unanimous on their opinions. And I don't think anyone's saying Maxx Crosby can't play football this fall. I think what the Ravens are saying is we're worried about our long-term investment in terms of what we might get based on what we're now seeing with the knee. Certainly they exchange medical information ahead of time. And the simple analogy I'll give you is when you purchase a home or sell a home, you enter escrow. There is a 10 or 14-day inspection period. And if the inspection doesn't go as planned for the buyer, they can unilaterally cancel the contract. The roof doesn't have to leak for you to cancel the contract. You can just say, the roof is older than I thought it was and might need to be replaced earlier than I thought it was. So I'm not buying this home unless you discount it, or I'm dropping out of escrow. And that's probably the similar situation analogy that I would give you.
Okay, on that note, if I publicly announced that I was buying a house and the house publicly was announcing that I was buying it as well, and it was a massive celebration and a big deal, and the roof wasn't leaking water, I would assume that I would be okay with the physical being passed. It appears as if they found out. Now, granted, our sources have told us that Trey Hendrickson was dreaming, if he was going to go to the Ravens, of playing with Maxx Crosby. That's kind of what all the intel is from the Trey Hendrickson camp that we have learned, both from Schefter and from our own research into that world, is that they were basically fantasizing about a time with he and Maxx Crosby on the same D-line. So I don't think they potentially knew that was the case. But as soon as that deal gets announced, and they still have the 1 and the 2, it's like, oh, this was clearly we didn't know, but now we can, and we get buyer's remorse type feel is what the initial public reaction is, that it's a bad deal. How often does this take place? It doesn't feel like this happens that often, especially with how highly sought after Maxx Crosby was, how big of a deal it was, and especially the Ravens organization. It doesn't feel like this would be something that would be coming out of there. How often does this type of thing take place, Doc, in your predicament?
This type of thing has never happened in my experience. Not of this magnitude, not involving 2 first-round trades. And remember, the landscape has changed over the last few days of who's available and draft picks and cap and so forth. And now the deal reverts. It's never happened like this before. There have been lots of incidences where a player has failed a physical and some trades have not become final, not of this magnitude. Lots of incidences where a free agent signing doesn't conclude, including in 2014, the Raiders agreed to a deal in free agency with Roger Saffold and then failed him on a physical and he reverted for less money to the then St. Louis Rams. So failed physicals do happen, and no trade or signing is final until the physical is passed.
All right, we appreciate the hell out of you for your intel. Good luck on the surgery you're about to have. I think literally in that room right there. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. David Chow. Thank you, Pro Football Talk. Okay, so this is something he said. The league won't look into this. This has always been there. This is what this is. You can do this. He's never seen it before with this big of a name and obviously with this big of a trade. Us either. It all looks weird. As an ex-player, as soon as I see the news come across, I'm like, oh, the Ravens just backed out of this deal for whatever reason. Yeah. But then you see like Maxx traveled out there. Maxx was taking pictures out there. Maxx is doing his whole thing. Did a whole podcast about it. It's like, damn, that's a crazy game. It's a cold world if that is the case. And then what does Maxx do? Maxx now going to play for the Raiders? And we looked at all the additions that the Raiders had during free agency. It's like, I think we even said on the show during free agency frenzy, it's like, this feels like not a good time for Maxx to leave the Raiders. If they were to have Maxx, that'd be fantastic. They're going to keep him, allegedly. He was the first person in the building this morning. They can't afford him. It's like, maybe this is football gods telling him, hey, you're supposed to be a Raider, D-Bud.
You're right. Maybe he's a one-helmet guy after all. But, yeah, it goes back. But for the Ravens, I've been hearing, I don't know this from my personal experience, that their doctor, their staff, their medical staff, a little more strict than some of maybe the other units around the league. And the Ravens, like, they're investing obviously on his future. You're giving up a ton of picks. You're gonna give him a ton of money most likely. So you're not only paying attention to what he did in Vegas, but what he's gonna do in Baltimore going down the line. But him going back to the Raiders, man, like, you look at those additions, and then you have him. You brought in former Colt first rounder Kwity Paye, who now you'd be opposite of Maxx Crosby. If he plays this season, he'll be getting the best looks I think he's gotten in his career, being opposite of a guy like that. And there's all these other additions. Lindenbaum were obviously the biggest signing for them. I mean, the linebacker core, Terrence Johnson. Yeah, I mean, great signings all down the board. So to add him is big.
That was the 1 year, $11 million deal that I saw across this graphic. It's like, oh, that's like kind of a prove-it deal there for hopefully to be able to eat. Now you got the condor back on every single snap. Not that anybody's upset about that, but it is like a lot of deals were made under the guise that, hey, Maxx Crosby said, there, we got 2 number ones too. They're making decisions with 2 number ones and how this whole thing's operating. It's just, this is a fascinating little thing that can happen. I did not know that this could take place. Obviously, we know franchise tags have interesting situations. A player can sign it and get traded. Transition tags, we know it's like kind of promoting, hey, come in and do business. Never has it been full celebration, hey, we're doing this. And then days later saying, nah, actually, we're not doing that. Get the hell out of our city. It's like, it's 2026. It feels like our business is way too advanced to be at this stage of doing that. I'm sure the Ravens have some reasoning. Okay, I cannot wait to hear what it is. And maybe it is just strictly their doctor seeing something and being like, we didn't know this was the case. And if that's the case, I guess you got to respect them for standing by it. But, man, you almost want to have that info before you do the entirety of the deal.
Which I believe they could have, but a lot of it last night, yes, it could have just been the doctors. It could have actually been, they went in there and looked at it and they didn't like what it was. For the first, because you're giving up a lot. 2 first-round picks for the future. You're going to want him to be there for a long time. But there was also people on the internet who just kind of looked what they had done in free agency so far, and it was nothing. They signed one guy. They lost, I think it was like 8 of their own players. Ricard, Likely, Linderbaum, others. So it was a situation where
Stott, punter.
Yeah, Stott, Jordan Stott.
Jones.
So they had lost a lot, and then you're looking at right here, like they had lost a lot, and then Trey Hendrickson just happens to still be available out there. Oh, and we could potentially fail a physical, and we get our 2 first-round picks back because free agency hasn't gone our way, and we get to get Trey Hendrickson. So there's just some things out there when you look at it that people are questioning.
It's a Steelers fan.
Yeah, it's certainly a Steelers fan. And obviously, Dr. Chow said this is something that can happen and probably has happened, just not with this magnitude of players. Probably like, a new signing comes in, vet man, journeyman, didn't know your knee was as banged up as it is. We got eyes on it. Okay, we're actually not going to do the deal. I assume that happens. Maxx Crosby, though. This is Maxx Crosby. And the Ravens, it just feels amateur.
Yes.
It kind of feels amateur, if that makes sense, Ty.
Especially like you mentioned it. Like, I understand there's maybe some things that popped up, but they would have had to know to more extent than we do what his knee was like. Like we talked about it, like that was kind of known league-wide. Like, hey, this guy probably isn't going to pass a physical if he gets traded. And I think back to like when Micah got traded last year. Like, he had back issues, missed a bunch of games the year before, and the Packers did, they did the same thing. And he wasn't ready to go yet, but it was kind of like, you know what?
we're confident with where you're going to be. Let's do this anyway.
What did Bill Belichick tell us the story about him trading for Randy?
Oh,
got to get him in for a physical. Got to get him in for a physical. He's like, all right. So Randy walks in the building, and Bill goes, "Feel good?" Mm-hmm. Yep. Hit him on the shoulders. All right. He passed the physical. Yeah. Randy Moss is good. That's normally what it is. So
and you would think Crosby would be one of those guys.
Yeah. So you're like almost splunking for a reason to get out of it.
I mean,
maybe they're just doing their due diligence.
They are. I mean, that's
so I got to respect that.
Yeah, for sure. That's the biggest part of the combine. You know, going in there and all the different team doctors getting their hands on you. Especially, I had an MCL injury coming out, so every different doctor had to get their own thing. So maybe just going into there, it was just something that popped up. What's Max, like 30?
29.
Yeah, so, you know, when you're at that age, you know, in the NFL, once you hit that mark, you're not a quarterback. Everybody's kind of looking for something.
Hey, Max, another team said they didn't want you to. I mean, this is just like.
Legit.
Oh, I cannot wait to watch what it is. If he ends up moving on from the Raiders again and another team offers up, we'll be excited to see how that physical goes. But obviously, if he's back with the Raiders with what they did, and Mendoza, once again, we are believers. Mm-hmm. We are big believers, and we might be completely wrong. But I am a firm believer that Mendoza is going to be a very good NFL player. The Raiders might be onto something.
Might be a good football team.
And maybe this might be a good football team out there. And this might just be the football gods. Speaking of the football gods, they blessed us. They blessed us.
Okay.
They blessed us.
Amen, brother.
Hell yeah.
Dan Orlovsky was sitting over there with Shriggs, which we certainly appreciate them coming out here alongside Schefter. And Dan Orlovsky said to us, me and D-Buddy, he goes, Kyler Murray on a veteran min deal or Daniel Jones $50 million a year? And me and D-Butt sat for a second because that is obviously a big question, especially whenever you're talking about that amount of money, the salary cap, after we just signed the largest free agent wide receiver signing in the history of ball. So you went, Jonathan Taylor's going to need another deal. It's hard to kind of piece it all together. Yeah. And then me and D-Butt talked for, I don't know, what was it, like 15, 20 seconds? And then we said, this dude or nothing. Mm-hmm. Give him $100 million if you have to. Did. Well, turns out that might happen. Ladies and gentlemen, quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, the Indiana Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who led the NFL in offense, the man who led the Colts to 8-2 and #1 record in the entire NFL before breaking his leg in one side and then tearing his Achilles in the other. We don't know how the physical's gone, but we do know he's back. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Jones.
Hey. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? How we doing?
Hey, congratulations, man. Obviously, we think you have earned it. We are incredibly pumped that you are back here in Indianapolis. What was it like kind of not knowing what the future while also battling through injuries, which is obviously the big conversation with Maxx Crosby going to Baltimore. But for you, injuries in both legs, obviously an Achilles, and free agency after playing your best football. How has this all gone, and how happy are you that it's over?
Yeah, I'm fired up to be back, and definitely grateful for the opportunity to be back and here with the Colts. So it's been crazy. You know, the left leg's good. That's all healed. Working on this Achilles, making good progress with the rehab, and it's all good. I'm fired up.
We will continue this conversation on ESPN News, YouTube, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, TikTok Live. College basketball will follow us here with Mr. Schulman and Jay Billis on the call. Okay. Yeah, remember we're in college basketball season. Yes, we are also in big money for quarterback season. And this man right here, Daniel Jones, just signed a 2-year deal to sign back with the Colts. We'll continue to chat with him, and we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Okay, now we're on ESPN News, and we're on the internet. DJ, listen. It was Colts or nothing for you the entire time. We just had to kind of put out a little smoke screen to you or maybe going elsewhere, because I want to let you know, when we thought you were potentially leaving and then we put the transition tag on you, celebrate, and then we're told that doesn't mean then we're kind of bummed out. You coming back's a huge deal. But you had to feel something special in that building last year, I assume, whenever you guys were on that magical run?
For sure. I wanted to be back, and glad we got it figured out. I didn't the transition tag, that whole process was interesting, but I always wanted to be here and you know, had faith it would work out. So yeah, definitely appreciative, grateful, and fired up to be here. We got a special thing going, and working with this coaching staff, working with the guys in the locker room, and fired up to get Alec back and all that. So looking forward to it.
I know obviously injuries are injuries, and you talked about the broken leg being healed, and you're dealing with the Achilles right now. We've seen a lot of Achilleses in the past. Feels like the science is evolving, but it's still an Achilles. What are projections right now for you to be back? Because that was also a massive piece of who's going to be where. Do we get a fill-in guy? Is Riley going to get some time? Then DJ's going to come back. What are your expectations, and how are you operating with, we know that nothing is a hard lock guarantee?
Yeah, it's all a process and going through it. My goal is to be back by week 1 and be ready to go. I think that's what we're working towards and should be able to accomplish. So it's all a process, and we'll keep checking the boxes, working with the guys here with the Colts, and feel good about that. So I'm planning on being back, and the goal is shooting for week 1.
Hell yeah.
Okay. That would be awesome.
We're back on top of the world.
Come on, Dime.
I'm buying the suite again. All right, I'm buying the suite. There's a lot of question marks. A lot of great moves were made, including a big one. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, Dan, Alec, you mentioned Alec earlier. He was a top free agent wide receiver on the market. We were able to keep him as well. What was it about him, playing with him? He obviously had his biggest year. And then Reggie Wayne, the legend Reggie Wayne, tweeted out after Michael Pittman Jr. went on to the Steelers and said, hey, that was kind of the tone setter in that wide receiver room. So who steps up in that room, whether it's Pierce, Downs, in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I think first, just obviously bummed to see Pitt go. He was a tremendous leader, obviously a great player, extremely productive, and a guy you can count on as tough as they come. To always being out there, and wish him the best. I know he'll crush it with the Steelers. They're lucky to have him. But yeah, I think all those guys. I think you look at AP, Downs. Both those guys played a lot of football, been really productive. Excited to continue to work with them. And then, we got a number of other guys with Ashton and Tread and, a number of other guys working in. So I'm excited. I think that room will be great. I mean, I think Alec is as dynamic as they come down the field, making big plays. You've seen that for, 4 or 5 years, especially last year too. So I'm fired up.
Yeah, here's some Hembo stats about what you were leading whenever you were with the Colts. Colts had number 1 scoring offense in the NFL at the time of Daniel Jones' injury, 29.8 points per game. Is that good?
It's pretty good.
Yes,
good.
best in the league.
Yeah, it's pretty
Thank
good.
you so much. Daniel Jones averaged 11.5 yards per attempt. Are these check downs? Is that what he's doing? Is it, he just... No, he's spinning it all over the place. 20.4 yards per completion whenever he's targeting Alec Pierce. Yeah, we're explosives all over the place. Other people are struggling to get explosives.
Yes.
Yeah, we were not. That was not a thing. That's why Lucas Oil Stadium was awesome. I mean, it was.
JT was.
Oh, JT was all over the place. Oh, my God. By those measures, it's one of the most explosive tandems in the league history.
Wow.
He just didn't add history there at the end. He was supposed to. So whenever we talk about what you did with the Colts last year, the good times, we're all incredibly happy about it. I don't think the national media fully got a chance to experience what the good times with you were for 10 weeks. We are excited to get back to that as soon as possible. Now, getting back to that obviously involves a lot of rehab for you. It looks like you're just walking around, by the way. I like that. I don't know if you want to fucking take a little 6-step, 5-step drop and let us know how it's going. Tone has a question for you, DJ.
Yeah, DJ, I do. Obviously, 2 different sports, but you're in the same city. Tyrese Halliburton tore his Achilles in the playoffs last season. Have you had a chance to talk with him at all? I don't even know if you guys know each other, or have you talked to any other quarterbacks that have torn their Achilles in the last few years? Because there has been a few, to see kind of what the recovery process will be like.
Yeah, I talked to Tyrese a little bit early on. We actually have the same surgeon.
Nice.
So we're, it was good to kind of hear his thoughts on just the initial stages of the process and the rehab. I know his is going well. And so talk to him, talk to a couple other guys, quarterbacks, Rodgers and Kirk Cousins, who've both had them, and they were all helpful. So you just try to gain as much information and, as much experience as you can to kind of help you through your process. But, we got great trainers, great PT guys here with the Colts and working with them, listen to your doctors, listen to the surgeon, all that. I think try to come up with the best process.
I'm going to use this phrase in its actual intention. Ipso facto, your Achilles surgeon was also Jason Tatum's surgeon, if it was also Tyrese's surgeon, I do believe. And he just came back quicker than anybody in history. So I can't wait to see you running all over Lucas Oil week 1. Maybe preseason games.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
At least the third one.
Yeah, let's let the world see what the horses are about to be doing out there. But we are excited to watch your recovery. Last question here, as we talk about that locker room over there. We all know there's a sense of urgency. Go ahead, comment.
Yeah, at times when you're thinking about that locker room and just the offseason and motivation when it comes to the regular season that, you'll be starting for week 1, which we're all very excited about. How much of a conversation is it just about, the drought as far as winning the division goes inside the Colts building? I think we all agree if you stayed healthy, that probably would have changed. But is that a conversation between, the boys like, hey, we need to reclaim the AFC South for Indiana and Indianapolis?
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure we've talked about that. I think there's a high sense of urgency in the building. Amongst everybody. I think we realize, last year things were good, we were rolling, and we didn't finish how we could have and should have. But I think there's so there's a level of confidence, I think, in what we can be and what we can do. But there's a high sense of urgency to do that and make sure we get back to where we were and then sustain that through the course of the season.
I'm pretty pumped to potentially get along with the locker room over there too. That's pretty cool. A lot of good
Let's
news.
go, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's good.
Come on.
Yeah. All right, I got it. It's good news. Feels like a lot of moves were made for that to happen. Yeah, like legit. It does feel like that, and I'm very thankful for that. But I also think we're going to the Super Bowl. That's so awesome. Have you been watching Team USA baseball at all, DJ?
I haven't. No, I haven't been watching it.
I like that. You're the man. You're the man. We appreciate you. Have a good one. We'll see you soon. All right.
All right. Appreciate you guys. See y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Daniel Jones.
Hey, Danny.
Has no idea what's going on.
Super Bowl's back on.
Just locked in.
Have you seen USA baseball? My Achilles thing at 6 a.m. And then at 8 a.m. they got a.
You've been in trouble if he's keeping tabs on Team USA baseball.
Well, mostly because of how negative it would be. Joining us now is a man who might have been keeping tabs closer than anybody on this Team USA baseball as their roster is being constructed and as the dreams were kind of coming together. Now, he had a fantasy baseball league draft that he had to be at while we were out there with Team USA, taking a bat against Clayton Kershaw, meeting the boys, chit-chatting, seeing the vibes. And I'll tell you, he missed out on what we got to experience, which was what felt like a very tight group.
Yep.
Very proud group. A group that was ready for the moment.
Yeah.
They wanted to win.
I still feel that way. But last night, we lost to a coffee country.
We got embarrassed.
Well.
And a soccer country.
Yeah. F1, fashion.
Food, arts.
Organized crime.
Bingo, that's the most important of them.
Gabagool.
They invented it. Crime, that is.
Organized.
Yeah.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen.
chaos.
They definitely did, though. I mean, if you watch the documentaries, they had crime pretty good figured out.
Yeah.
They felt like they had a pretty. The Irish back in the day were trying. We were a little reckless. I think we didn't have it as.
That was chaos crime.
Yeah, you guys are a little bit more organized. Like the most organized.
You never know.
I mean, Whitey certainly tried. It seems like from the documentaries that I watched.
He took down the Italians.
No, he didn't.
Well, I mean, let's not even talk about Frank.
That's right.
You know, in
Costello?
in Harlem. Frank Lucas,
Frank Lucas.
In Harlem. I mean, that's a great story. He actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the greatn't of all time.
Yeah.
He did what Whitey
I
couldn't.
want them cops. He got them all.
He did.
Blot that shit.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great rug. Shouldn't have been wearing that shit to the boxing. For
No, definitely not.
He knew
He
that,
knew it.
though. See, that's the thing. That's something that the Irish would have done. The Italians wouldn't have done that because they dress like that all day, every day.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it would have been no difference. It would have been outrageous. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who watched the Italians beat the shit out of America last night.
God.
And he's going to tell us why I'm supposed to watch baseball again after what has happened. My heart's been broken on a diamond. Ladies and gentlemen, Jet Passan.
Yeah.
Italians are good at organized crime. They are incredible at soccer, okay? They're good at cooking.
They didn't even make the World Cup.
They actually make it, yeah. What's that?
They didn't make it this year. They're not even good at soccer anymore.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
They're
so,
a baseball country now.
New pastime.
but they're all Americans.
There's a certain team that may be getting removed that the Italians might slide in that spot.
For the World Cup?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck to the Italians making it in the World Cup. We're going to beat you in soccer. We can't be losing Italy in baseball. What did I watch last night? And why am I still going to watch baseball, Jet? I need hope bad. I need hope bad at this exact moment. Not only because America.
Yeah.
But also because I was starting to fall in love with this sport.
Yes.
I was really starting to enjoy this, all the boys. And now my heart's broken into a million pieces. I'm not going to be able to survive 100-some games, so I'm not even going to watch one of them, especially if we can't get out of pool play in the World Baseball Classic, Jet. Could you imagine if Canada makes it? They might.
Oh, they might.
That can't.
Canada might make it out of pool play.
They do.
Sorry, Jet. I'm sorry I'm rambling, but this is how I feel. This is how your sport has me feeling right now. I'm very confused about it all. Maybe I'm not good at handling my emotions with this because I've never actually become a brand new fan of something and then had it deteriorate so quickly. So if you could, and I lost $5,000 on a guarantee win. So if you could, Jet, if you could just talk me off of this baseball ledge, I'd be grateful. Thank you. The floor is yours. I will stop.
Pat, welcome to baseball, a sport where a group of, now they are Americans, they're Italian Americans, but we're a group of players who have like a couple of collective all-star appearances among them. And by the way, that was a tremendous bat flip by Jack Caglione there.
Threw it into the crowd.
Across the damn diamond. Pat, if you hit a tank like that, that's the kind of bat flip you'd have had right there. But they're going against an American team that has MVPs, that has Cy Young winners, that has all-star appearances, that has Hall of Famers, that is, I said this last time I was on the show, it's as loaded a team as you're going to find. And in baseball, it doesn't matter a damn bit because a lesser team talent-wise can go out and absolutely wallop a better team on any given day. And that's what happened last night. The most amazing part of that game to me, just what happened on the field, the top 5 hitters in Italy's lineup, Pat, went 0 for 22. And they still beat Team USA. They still embarrass this seemingly unbeatable American team. And right now, the Americans are resigned to sitting back at their hotel and watching tonight as Mexico and Italy play and hoping that either Italy wins or Mexico scores a bunch of runs, because if neither of those things happens, the Americans are going home. And in the 5 previous World Baseball Classics, they had at least advanced out of pool play, lost a couple of times in the quarterfinals, have won only once. But man, the aspirations and dreams of this team compared to what they're facing right now are just night and day.
It's our pastime, Yeah. So that was in a lot of group texts last night, I assume, not just ours. Trying to figure out pastime and pastime, dude. So we got a mitt in ours. I assume everybody has theirs. We're all learning about baseball. Not all of us, because there's obviously a massive baseball community, and I'm being very thankful for the baseball community seemingly being as welcoming as they have been. But there's a lot of us that this is us getting into baseball here because it's America. This is the same thing that happened with hockey, okay? Hockey teams showed up, women and men, great goals, physical fighting, all that stuff.
Made it out of the group.
Yeah, we got ducks on the pond. Yeah. We got ducks on the pond against Frankie Donuts up there, and we can't get home. I mean, and then who's our pitchers? What are we doing? We got Kershaw in what is that called where he's standing out there? In the bullpen.
Bullpen.
I've seen that man's eyes recently. Okay, he can get it out if he needs it. Who do we have pitching for us? Because it feels like those middle ones just walk in there and are delivering American BP for the other. I mean, how do we tighten this up? And who are these people, Jed?
Ryan Yarbrough's a guy who has made a career out of being able to start or relieve, typically called a swingman. And
we appreciate your service to baseball, Ryan, I guess. This is the guy that just absolutely
we don't.
Yeah, right. Ryan Yarbrough's not a guy who's been an all-star. He's not somebody who you sit there and say is, going to be one of the best pitchers in baseball right now. He's a guy who, in most circumstances, you have around to clean up some innings and not to pitch high-leverage situations necessarily, and comes in and walks Kyle Teal and gives up that bomb to Jack Caglione right there, and suddenly 3-0's not great. 5-0's a whole lot worse. And then when Brad Keller came in, things fell apart even more. U.S. gave up 3 unearned runs. Keller had a double play ball, spiked it, and Bobby Witt couldn't pick it up at second base. The U.S. just looked flat yesterday, Pat. And when we're going to do an autopsy of this team eventually, and if they're out after tonight, there are going to be a lot of questions. And Mark DeRosa, the manager, and all the players, said this had nothing to do with it, but they were sitting around late. They were drinking beers. They were telling stories. They were having a good time. And if you're going to do that, you got to come back the next day and take care of business. And
if you want to hoot with the eyes, you got to be able to soar with the Eagles. We're fucking America. We're the actual Eagles. So I don't like that this is. Ty actually has a few questions for you, and I'll tell you what, I don't know if you heard him over there. He was hitting a dry erase board whenever I was asking some questions on some things that he would like to get off of his chest, I do believe.
Jet, he's a dear friend of the program. He was incredibly hospitable and couldn't have been nicer when we were out in Arizona. Mark DeRosa is the man. But after putting his foot in his mouth about 100 times yesterday and saying, we want to win this game, but our ticket's already punched to the quarterfinal. And then the MLB and World Baseball Classic says, oh, boy, we got to rip that thing off the internet real quick. In your opinion, how much heat does he deserve? And also, Tone had a good question. At what point do you think he realized, oh boy, our ticket is not punched? Was it like the 8th inning when he had Kershaw up in the pen and then someone was like, hey, moron, sit him down and put Mason Miller up, okay? We cannot give up any more runs. I'm just I cannot believe we lost that fucking game last night. How much of the blame do you think Mark DeRosa deserves, and how much do you think what kind of fallout is there going to be from this? Because a lot of people on the internet, they want his head to roll. Not just as the Team USA manager, They don't want to fucking see him on MLB TV
Come
either.
on.
They're coming after his morning show.
I'm driving. We're flying home from Nashville, and Gumpy's just reading off tweets. Oh, no, they're saying D-Row, more like D-No more TV for me. Yeah. Like, they was just like, the internet was just
killing him.
It was a long night for him. Once again, Aaron Judge, who we love, had the opportunity.
He was there.
Bryce Harper had the opportunity. There was a couple, but that was all so late. It feels like, boy, we really missed a lot of things. He's going to take the blame for that. It feels like Mark DeRosa is taking a lot of blame. And then, to your point, you did say boys walking in here a little slow today. So you say sluggish start. It was like the night before.
They also interviewed him during the game, and to Jet's point, like Ryan Yarbrough, who is a good, swing man, but he's not an all-star. Like DeRosa was like, yeah, we need Yarbrough to just eat a couple innings here, because I think he was assuming, hey, we don't want to burn any of our top flight arms. Let's just let this guy kind of, take a couple innings out, and then obviously you see what happens. Like, we didn't really come with our elite guys that we really needed to have in a situation like that.
Connor, you okay? Jeez Louise.
I mean, this is what happens. We can't have anything nice. We try. We're
baseball.
trying. I love baseball. I'm still in on baseball and Red Sox.
Look at this.
Red Sox players are doing really well.
Red Sox players are doing great. We got baseball bats. Mark DeRosa is damn near Benedict Arnold at this point.
No, he is not.
Yes, he is.
That's what people are saying.
Yeah, that's what.
Jet, can you please get us back off of this?
We like Mark.
Love Mark the guy. I hate him as a manager. I know that for sure now. But I love the guy. I want to see him every day in here. I don't want to see him in the dugout. Not my dugout. No chance.
Please, Jet, can you soften all this at least if it's supposed to be, you think?
I'm going to try and walk you guys just through what I know and what I believe.
Jet, we need to be walked off of this. We need
Get us off the plate, Jet.
We're
on the
trying
ledge,
to walk
Jet.
you to the right place, Pat.
6
but
feet
Connor
from
won't
the ledge.
shut up.
I'm thinking.
Ty won't stop being angry. You're pissed and sitting there with his look on your face like boo-hoo.
I'm thinking about getting rid of this. I'm thinking about getting rid of this.
I can't because the Americans sting.
You know the Caglione bat flip? This thing's almost taking a few of these today, all right? And I'm talking about out of this building. I almost said, I'm not doing baseball ever again. We can't do nice thing. $5,000 minus 1,100 on USA to beat Italy.
Italians!
The Italians. Sorry.
That was a bad bet.
They're saying worst of all time.
It's really bad.
Please.
I told you that, dude.
Okay, everybody's so
Not
smart.
true.
Everybody's so smart.
It was a good bet yesterday.
Can you please talk? It was.
Tell us the
It was a
facts,
good
Jet.
bet at 6 o'clock.
I was just looking for dubs in the chat.
Yeah.
That's all I was looking for. Just a little positive because I was missing on everybody hitting home runs. Everybody was hitting home runs, but weren't the guys I was betting on.
Italy can't even spell baseball.
They added a thing.
Minus 1,100, Pat? What are you doing?
It's supposed to be a lot.
It was an automatic win.
Yeah. That stuff picked out to spend that 454 on.
That's why. Bingo. I had a dinger parlay that was coming in the next round.
Yeah.
Oh, my. PCA. This guy shows up. This guy was outrageous.
It's a
Look what
surefire investment.
That's our entire baseball team. I had no idea they could do that. Okay? Johnny Pizza's here. What's his name? It's at the bottom there. Luigi Primo. This guy's going to be a world champ because of what he could do with that dough.
He was actually catching last night.
And hitting.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jet. If you could please get us off of Luigi Promo and back in on baseball, we'd be appreciative of
With
that.
the facts.
All right, so let's walk through everything that happened yesterday. Mark DeRosa goes on the Hot Stove Show, 9:45 in the morning, says we've punched our ticket to the quarterfinals. Now, he later told us, a group of reporters, that he did not realize until he had gotten to the ballpark that he had said that mistakenly. Now, he said the night before he met with Michael Hill, who's the general manager for Team USA, and that they had gone over all of the scenarios and that he knew exactly what Team USA needed to do. I've known Mark DeRosa a long time. I have no reason to believe that he is a liar. He's never been like that to me. But at the same time, there were a number of decisions that were made yesterday going into that game, whether it's sitting Alex Bregman down, sitting Bryce Harper down, sitting Bryce Terang down in the lineup, bringing Yarbrough in when he did, as opposed to going to some higher leverage relief guys to try and allow the score to stay a little bit closer rather than have an 8-0 deficit that you have to claw back from. Getting Clayton Kershaw up, and his explanation for that I think actually makes sense. There's a 25-pitch limit for relief pitchers in the WBC. And if David Bednar, who was in the 8th inning, had reached that, DeRosa didn't want to go to Mason Miller, his closer, and then do what's called an up-down, where you go up for an inning, sit down, and then go back out there. A lot of the decisions that are made in the World Baseball Classic are not made by the managers. They're made by the teams that these players play for. Michael Lorenzen, who threw 4 2/3 shutout innings for Team Italy yesterday, just absolutely carved up the United States lineup. He was supposed to pitch today against Mexico. They were going to piggyback him and Aaron Nola because Italy believed that this was a must-win game for them. But the Colorado Rockies, who Lorenzen plays for, said, no, you can't do that. We need to keep you on rotation, on schedule. You have to pitch against Team USA. So the way that all of this coalesced and played out on the internet and the fallout from it, it's been a disaster. An unmitigated disaster of a 24 hours for Team USA. And frankly, like when you look at all of this, the question is not just about Mark DeRosa. It's about USA Baseball. It's about the coaching staff. It's about the adults in the room, the people who are supposed to be in charge, and what the players should know. And look, players were making plans for Miami, man. Like they were looking forward to going to Miami for the semifinals. Now, they needed to win a quarterfinal game first, so there was that, and that's going to be in Houston, but they believed that they were going to be going there, and they believed that they were going to win this whole tournament, that they were going to beat the Dominican Republic or Japan if necessary. And, hey, it's a bad day for Team USA, but they're not dead yet. If Italy can win tonight, USA advances. If Mexico wins tonight and scores 5 or more runs, then USA advances. So there are still opportunities for redemption here, but it's like Aaron Judge said, it's hard when you have things in your hands and then you fumble it and you leave it in someone else's hands. It's a paralyzing feeling knowing that the future of this team that believed it was going to be a champion rests on Italy and Mexico. And by the way, Italy and Mexico teams that hate the United States and would love nothing more than to be the ones who oust them from this tournament.
Okay, on that note, Connor has the last question for you here, Jet.
Yeah, Jet, are we confident that Mexico and Italy aren't going to do some sort of backdoor, behind-the-scenes handshake deal? Like, hey.
What's so funny?
Yeah, you laugh. It doesn't make me feel better.
0-0 to the 9th.
Yeah, 0-0.
Baseball.
Let's strike everybody out, and then Jaron Duran will come up in the bottom of the 9th, hit a solo home run, and then Mexico will win.
Lay down a bunt. Just do a bunt home
walk
run
around
right
the
there.
bases. Are we sure that won't happen? Because the over/under is also at 8, and that doesn't make me feel good.
No, that is not.
It's not an ideal situation for the U.S. I'll say this, that Italy's relief pitching is in a tough position right now. Mexico's relief pitching is in a tough position right now. So I do think this is probably going to be a higher scoring game. I do have a little WBC news for the program. And this is not big news by any means, but Italy lost its catcher, Kyle Teal, last night to a hamstring pull. And I don't know if you guys remember when Doug Mirabelli, Connor, you might remember this.
Oh, yeah.
Doug Mirabelli gets a police escort to go and play a game for the Red Sox. Right now, Mickey Gasper, a Red Sox backup catcher, a Paisano who was at Red Sox camp this morning, is en route to Houston and could potentially be in the lineup for Team Italy tonight as their starting catcher as they look to clinch Pool B and win this whole thing and go to the quarterfinals.
I don't love that we're shipping people in for this game that could be cooked for us, but on that note,
Benedict socks.
But
we're trying to help Italy win, you fool. And if Italy wins, we win. Tone, if you remember the graphic.
Who struck out Judge last night? What team does he play for?
Sorry, Red Sox players are playing good.
Hey, listen, Canada.
Sorry.
I'll tell you what, if we don't make it out of pool play and Canada does, man, we're going to have to try to bury that conversation as fast as possible because it's going to be thrown in our face.
We got hockey. They can take baseball.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Jed, we appreciate you. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully, also, hey, Mexico, Let's have a fucking dong party today.
Yeah, in Italy.
Let's hit some dongs out here.
Eat some we're all Italian today, baby.
Yes, when the moon hits the eyes like a big pizza pie, that's amore. We need amore home runs today. Yeah. And also, we need amore of them. How about are they always play like that? I'm watching them gun people out at first. Guy does a full split like he's a gymnast at first base last night. What's his name?
Vinny Pasquantino.
Oh, of course, Master Vinny Paz. Yeah, Vinny splits.
Yeah.
Vinny splits out there doing that thing. And then the shortstop, second base. Which one's which?
Pasquantini.
Okay,
shortstop is not next to the first base. He's next to third base.
Okay, whatever the case. They're in there. These throws at these unbelievable. Everything was a strike. It felt they were on their shit.
Big time.
What's in that espresso? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, because I know baseball has a little history of potentially adding a little ha-ha for you dada.
That is a great point. Their manager, Frank Savelli, who is a Yankee great, actually got popped for steroids. So something to maybe look into.
Are we trying to protest? Can we protest said game last night?
I don't know.
There's caffeine in the espresso, guys. Come on.
I'd like to.
Oh, okay. That must be nice. Caffeine's what's beating America in baseball. Okay. All right. I'm sure that's what it is. All right. We appreciate you, Jet. You're the man. Thank you.
Thank you, boys.
Ciao. Jet.
Ciao, baby.
Come on, Italy. Come on, Italy. We're going to start the second hour with the Italian national anthem, by the way.
Whoa. I ain't doing that. I'm sitting for that one. I know that.
Don't take a knee.
Yeah, that's right. I'm getting a newspaper. I'm right here.
No,
all day.
Don't do
all
it.
day.
We need them. We are an alliance today. We need them.
Never. I will. It'll be a silent alliance for me.
I hate that I'm losing baseball. I was just getting into it.
I know.
Good run.
Dude, I think we did have a good run.
Great run.
Why'd he have to say that? Why'd he have to say that? And then for Jet to come on, I was about to come back around on DeRosa, and then Jet comes on here and says, I didn't realize I said that yesterday. Are you kidding me, Mark? Come on, Mark.
What do you mean? He's just having a good time. He's shooting shit with the hot stove. He was in the kitchen.
Rooting for you so hard. You let us down.
Nothing else needs to be said.
Well said.
All right.
He did let us down.
The boys, if they get in, they're going to win.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
And if they don't,
I'll never watch the fucking World Baseball Classic again if they get out of pool play. This will be my final voyage.
What are the odds on DR?
Dominican Republic might be the team we start watching, but not because we love it, just because we have to. And boy, they are electrifying.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have lost Italy. Hour 2 on the other side. Goodbye.
It's electrifying here in Happy Valley. We're lucky to be here. And, the way you win this is you have be the first 300 people here and you get a ticket. And then we randomly select a ticket, and that person gets an opportunity to kick a 33-yard field goal for an undetermined amount of money. This week, we had our man, William, right? What's your name?
William, yes, sir.
You won the raffle, and you said, I don't want to kick because I suck at kicking. Is that accurate?
More or less.
What is your major here?
I'm a finance major.
Okay, so money decision was, I suck at this. Let me try to find somebody who's good at this. How did you land on my man here, and what are your hopes in him?
Well, I was looking around. I saw my man. He said he plays soccer, and I was like, this is my guy right here, my guy Carson. I have faith in him, so I know he's going to get it done.
All right, you're Carson, right? You played high school soccer. Is that accurate?
I did play high school soccer.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Okay, you're a Pennsylvania guy. Have you ever kicked a ball before?
Other than not football, soccer.
Okay. Well, hopefully you're terrible at this. It's $100,000. Are you guys splitting that 50-50?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll make it $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Okay. You only get one kick, though. You've gamed the ticket game, which I appreciate and respect. It's up to $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Only one kick, though, Herbie. We're not doing anything. I don't care how many staters chant for another kick. Only one, Herbie. Played high school soccer. He's a good player.
We got a problem here.
That's right. It's a whiteout. It could be a special day. You could help out your guy, William, in winning $150,000. One kick, 300,000, two.
good man.
This minute.
Good man.
Carson, congratulations.
You crushed that.
William, way to go. It has been an expensive year out here at the field goal kick. Carson, I'm proud of you, buddy. 300,000, 150 to you, 150 to you. Good finance decisions were made. And the first top 6 whiteout has a magical vibe and an expensive one. We are. Thank you. Goodbye.
I think that might. Maybe they should have turned that around and said thank you to Pat.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Sports Are Awesome Wednesday, March 11th, 2026. Hour 2 of the program begins now.
Sports
are fantastic, and there's so much to talk about. I mean, Maxx Crosby is not a Raven anymore. He's back to the Raiders. Was that some shady business? Well, Dr. David Chow told us in the first hour, teams can do that. Never seen it before, but at this level with 2 number ones and it being a guy like Maxx Crosby, feels kind of amateurish. But yeah, teams can kind of predict if he's failing a physical now or if in the future he would potentially fail a physical, especially for the value in which they're paying him. Said it's on the books. It's in the NFL books. It has happened before at lower level, never at something to this magnitude. Now the Raiders, who are making a lot of decisions with the mindset of having 2 number ones from the Ravens and also a lot of space cap-wise without Maxx Crosby and also some holes to fill. While they certainly did that during the free agency frenzy, they put out a statement and said, the Ravens backed out. All right, next. I don't know what to tell you. Maxx Crosby, first person in the Raiders facility this morning, 6 a.m.
Leader.
Back to rehab, getting healthy, doing his thing. Everybody knew he wasn't 100% healthy whenever he was going to do anything here. Whenever he announced that he was moving on from the Raiders, or when Jake Glazer announced that their time was potentially ending, we knew he had surgery. We knew that he was going to potentially be injured. So the fact that the Ravens made the big play for him, made the big splash for him, he's a Raven, everybody celebrated. And then doctor comes back and says he's not healthy. I think a lot of us go, and then he signed Trey Hendrickson for $115 million at the same position while keeping 2 first rounds. Hard not to go like, this feels like there was a little foul. Is it foul? Dr. David Chow's like, not foul. Well, I'll do that. House, escrow, put the money up. Then he could cut out 14 days. You kind of back out of it. It's like, I didn't know. How come nobody else does it then? They're like, can't tell you that reason. I'm telling you it's possible. So interesting times for the Ravens, and maybe football gods telling Maxx Crosby, you're supposed to be a Raider forever. And with how they built that team and with how we feel Fernando's going to be, maybe this is going to be the best Raiders that they've ever been. Then in baseball, America loses to Italy. We've talked about that enough. It's pretty depressing. And then basketball's happening. College basketball championship week is currently taking place. There's a lot of magic everywhere, and we're lucky to be covering it all. Sports are the greatest. Let's never forget that, even though it can be heartbreaking at times. Talks tables here at Boss Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Ty, did you get everything off your chest in the first hour? Are you feeling better about yourself, bub?
No, because we lost last night, and again, I can't stress this enough. I love D-Row. Okay, he's a great guy.
All right, okay.
Someone needs to be held accountable, and our players, those guys needed to perform, but. When you spot a team who has multiple guys who play in the MLB, I think there's 21 MLB guys on the Italian squad, all Americans. When you get in those situations and you spot a team like that, 8 runs, like guess what? These guys are pros too. We kind of talk about it in the NFL. We're not playing.
Yeah, but Great Britain wasn't.
No.
Why weren't we doing this against them? Why did we pick to do the Italy one where we have the guys who can't throw strikes?
What were we doing last night?
Do you remember? Well, that's also not an excuse. what did these guys each drink 150 beers? The game was at fucking 9 o'clock. You know,
Well, the mayor's telling stories.
Well, exactly. That is possible.
maybe.
But we try.
Maybe it is. Maybe maybe he lights up the room too much.
I can see that.
Sean Casey, the mayor, one of the coaches of Team USA, too good of a storyteller. Boys didn't want to go to bed the night before.
He is a great storyteller.
He is a great storyteller.
He's from Pittsburgh.
Talking about Jim Leland all night, and then
goes on DV Weekly. Tells
exactly.
stories.
But we tried to win those games. D-Row clearly thought we didn't need to win last night, and the decisions he made and the lineup he put out there and the pitchers he decided to go to kind of illuminated that. And, the boys fought tooth and nail.
There was actually a report that it was Sean Casey's fault. So Jose in a Team USA full of great storytellers, Coach Sean Casey, future Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw and Kyle Schwarber, may be the best storytellers. According to D-Row and Bobby Witt Jr., Team USA pushed his bus past midnight because Sean Casey was on what we like to call a heater.
That's what he does.
The tongue. That's why he's the mayor. He was at first base just talking to everybody, knowing everybody's stories. Just absolutely crushed it. They just who'd they beat the game before?
Mexico.
What did I win? We punched our tickets. I would tell you the one. Okay.
Exactly.
And then we start sitting down.
Into another.
And he was a batting coach for the Yankees, right?
Yes.
Aaron, tell him about the. Okay.
Yeah. Tell him what I said to you. Tell him what I said to you.
So now we're moving. Schwarbo gets in there.
Oh,
he starts peppering in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Clayton Kershaw, we've been around him.
A lot of stories, these guys.
Oh, my God. And then Sean Casey said, that reminds me. And he goes, Jim Leland. These guys go from 11:59 to 2:34, 5 a.m.
They said once they got to the hotel, it continued as well.
See, they're too tight of a team.
So
this is what happens when you put the boys in charge. D-Row and Sean and Dino's out there doing his thing.
Dino was in bed by 11. I know it.
Dino was with the boys, if I had to guess. So was Andy Pettit, I bet. This is the problem. They became too tight of a team. And then whenever they didn't have the full direction of hey, we still got to kill. We don't have a best of 7 series here. This is a one night only type of situation. They got caught. That's what happens. These greats got caught in camaraderie, in expectation that maybe we'll have another day because they thought maybe they did.
Yeah.
And they should. 3-1, 2 teams make it.
That's a
how
whole
are you
different.
How are you not in it?
Exactly. How does the host country not automatically get into the quarterfinals?
That's a great question. We're giving up all these baseball stadiums for this thing. We created the thing, and now we can't even get it.
It's like when the Soviets were out boozing the night before the miracle.
Nobody talks about that. No, they were very healthy. They were hydrated. They were not boozed up at all. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler. We were starting to become baseball fans.
We were.
Now we're looking for a handout playoff.
Butty played catch for a half hour yesterday. He said, I'll never stop.
I loved it, man. I do wish I would have tried it out. But you mentioned heater, and I know we got a guest coming up. But last night, I did have a good sports night for me as a Miami Heat fan. Bam Adebayo.
Oh, yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, 83 points. Some say most all time in an NBA game.
Nobody said
I'll say second most, but a little asterisk next to Wilt's 100 points. But now he passed Kobe Bryant with 83
Well, that feels like a big statement right there.
What are you talking
Hold
about?
on one second.
You're going to do that.
We're currently on ESPN News, okay? So this is journalism type stuff, especially they put news right in there.
Yeah.
So you need to respect that. And we need to respect it as we continue to talk about the things that we're learning about.
E60.
We just corrected who's telling the stories late night that are potentially getting the boys' camaraderie through a level that we never could have expected, but also sleep levels a little bit low. You said something about Wilt not scoring 100 points?
Some people question that.
Who?
Just people. People
Really?
question
You, Darius?
I'm just saying people. But right
Well,
now,
you're saying this wasn't enough?
Wait a minute.
hey, we haven't seen the video. And I know, we know the stories. The NBA wasn't this, wasn't that. They didn't have live cameras, whatever. But, hey, this is about Bam, all right? Wilt's Wilt. Kobe, rest in peace. He had a great 81 that we all saw. But Bam had his 83 last night, which was unbelievable. Had 43 at the half, obviously 40 in the second half. So 43 in the first half. All very ethical buckets. Now you go and you can start nitpicking in the fourth quarter. Yes, the team, the
nitpicking.
Everybody was trying to get him the record. 36 free throws. Yeah, they were fouling him. He was getting buckets. He was getting to the paint. Wifey was in the building. Mama was in the building. It was a great night for Bam. D-Wade can talk a little shit about it not being buzzed in Miami. Spo, he got the boys going. And then Captain Bam, I believe this is his 9th year in Miami. Also became the second player ever in Miami history to cross 10,000 points a couple nights ago. So for him to do this is unbelievable. I don't care. 83, LA Fitness, Men's League, YMCA College League. Do this on the NBA court. This is unbelievable.
Congratulations to Bam. I don't think I immediately think whenever I think of bucket getters, I think of Bam Adebayo. So for him to go for 83, congratulations to him. You said first half all ethical buckets is how you described it. Incredible way to describe what everybody was kind of talking about. Because 43 free throws, I think I heard White Chocolate J. Will was quoted as saying, I don't think I shot 43 free throws in my career, let alone in one night. That is an absurd amount of free throws.
Many.
Yeah.
So is that what Bam basketball is? Is Bam getting fouled a lot? And then he's knocking down 36 out of 43.
That's hard.
That's not hard.
Fantastic.
Tough to do.
That's an unbelievable shoot. But what if he goes, what if he has a night from the stripe where he's just like unconscious and he puts up another, 7 more points? He'd had 90. Now all of a sudden you start thinking, Wilt had 100? Maybe.
Maybe Wilt did.
You start. I was at Wilt did not. Then
20
last
20
night.
of 43. Wilt was Wilt.
And I'm like, maybe Wilt was. And then somebody's putting some AI videos together or real video of Wilt playing basketball. And his teammates were shooting and Wilt was jumping and catching it and actually putting it in the hoop. And it's like, maybe Wilt did.
I haven't seen that.
No, it was AI, I think, saying this is how Wilt got to 100. But Bam doing 83. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, that's unreal.
That's awesome.
It's good to see he held the paper up. Carry on the tradition.
Joining us now is a man we haven't talked to in a few days.
Gumps.
Yeah, you're right, because that cannot be edited either in the future. And Gumpy, good call down there. Thank you for pointing out. That's good journalism as well as we're here on ESPN News. A man who hasn't been with us here in a few days. We certainly missed him. Ladies and gentlemen, a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, AJ Hawk. Hawker, good to see you. You look fantastic. You've missed a lot here in the Thunderdome, a lot of frenzy during free agency.
Yeah, it was a lot of frenzy. It was awesome, awesome show to watch. So you guys killed it. It was fun. I mean, I see Dano getting run on shows this morning about him not being able to get a bucket, which he eventually got one. I mean, his toe was on the line, but he still made it.
Okay, so I didn't see the toe on the line in real time. I should have called that out, certainly. But, yeah, he's getting mocked real good. They called him Dan Brick Orlovsky on NFL Live yesterday. Had an entire stripe around the whole studio. I mean, it was a whole thing. And the thing they're not even seeing is right before we went to break, he missed layup, too. So everybody's talking about him shooting. Right before you go to break, if you were to rewatch that, he misses a layup, right into the side of the rim, like classic 8th grade, maybe, YMCA type.
Jumping off wrong
basketball.
foot type
This
deal.
is them yesterday on.
Use glass.
Yeah, I mean, they were killing this guy. Yeah, and I would like to say, off camera, he shot for 2 hours.
Yeah.
In his suit. Like a 12-year-old.
He was lathered up.
He was out here doing squeaks, picked up, as soon as he walked in, grabbed a baseball and a mitt, just started throwing it as loud as he could.
So loud.
Right here off of my head. Right here, trying to piece things together. Hey, how's this all going to work? I don't fucking know, Dan. What are you... Bang! What do you guys want me to do today? I know, we're trying to figure that out right now, Dan. So Dan was active in here. We loved his energy in here. And I would assume anybody that's around him thinks he is hilarious because, man, he is like a 12-year-old who happens to have great football IQ and a great football resume and can deliver it well and will give a take about anything, whatever you need, however you need it. But his athletic performance was certainly something we thought would be much better. AJ, we missed you, but we did have a man in here that was breaking all the news. And yesterday, because he came out here, he actually had to do it on a plane. And it feels like they're flying his ass on coach. I don't know how that works at this point, especially with how much he's getting paid. He could personally update or upgrade himself, choose not to because he's a dog. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who's been on top of it all for us and for the football world. Man who won the free agency frenzy. Senior NFL insider for ESPN, Adam Schefter.
Yay!
Shefty, good to see you, dude. I appreciated you working in that plane. And we did have a picture of you that got sent into the group text, and people zoomed in on your left hand, and it's actually in a full fist. You know, we know that you are in the middle of a lot of things. Dano's posting you and blasting you all over the place. A lot happened last night that we could have never expected. In all your years, had you ever seen anything like this? And how did we get to this Maxx Crosby point with the Ravens, basically, saying, no, we don't think his physical is good now or potentially in the future for what we're investing in him. We'd like to back out of the trade. Have you ever seen something this magnitude, and how did we get here, Shefty?
Well, I think when you look at the biggest trades in NFL history, and this would qualify being that I think there were 15 trades made that involved at least 2 first-round draft picks, this being one, none of them ever was voided or nullified due to a physical that did not work out in the opinion of one team. And so you see the Raiders make the announcement that the Ravens have backed out of the agreement for the trade for Maxx Crosby. And what this was is Max was in Baltimore yesterday, and the Ravens doctors took a physical. They looked at the MRI. Other doctors looked at the MRIs, including the Dallas Cowboys doctor, Dr. Cooper, who performed the surgery on Patrick Mahomes and Malik Neighbors, and who teams and players around the league use on a regular basis. And after the Ravens got all the feedback that they could from multiple doctors, they decided that they were not comfortable moving forward the trade. Now, I know people feel like, okay, they got cold feet, Trey Hendrickson. Again, they had the medical information that they felt did not make them comfortable. And in speaking to Dr. Neil Elitrosh, who performed the surgery on Maxx Crosby, he said that Maxx Crosby just had the surgery 8 weeks ago. He's been on crutches for 7 weeks. He's been off crutches for the first time a week ago. And he acknowledged that Max is where he should be in his recovery. He's coming along, but that if you were going to do a physical at this time of the year, it was always going to be an issue like this because it's meniscus, it's bone, it's cartilage, it's a few different things. So it's a pretty significant injury, but Maxx Crosby's where he should be, and he's going to be back, and he's going to be balling. But
I like that ball.
The Ravens have 2 first-round draft picks. The analogy I used this morning, and I heard Dr. Chow used something like it, so I guess it's probably old now, but I said it on Get Up this morning. You bought a house. You bring in the inspector. The inspector says the roof is leaking, the foundation's cracked. You could buy it, but I have some concerns. And the Ravens are like, you know what? The concerns we heard are enough to give us pause for 2 first-round draft picks and the money that would be involved. And they said no deal.
Got it. And much like I told Dr. David Chow, if the Empire State Building was for sale and some super famous person bought it and it was a big celebration everywhere, and then all of a sudden the super famous person that bought it said, actually, one of these pipes leaks, I'm out of here, that would certainly be a big deal. So a little bit different than just a random human buying a house and putting their money in escrow trying to find something wrong with it. This was a huge deal. Elite player, elite organization. This feels kind of amateur, to be honest. And then with what Dr. Neil Elitrosh, who we have a lot of respect for, the Achilles factory over there in Southern California, he's a handsome lad, too.
Oh, yeah.
Super well-dressed. I mean, he is a fantastic individual. We are big Neil Elitrosh fans. What he said was almost hammering down the point that we're all thinking. They were going to fail. He's like, yeah, he's going to fail physical. Daniel Jones is going to fail physical. Mm-hmm. He just signed a thing with it. We all knew he was injured. Wasn't that kind of a part of the entire thing? Were they potentially snooping for it? Then that follows up to the Trey Hendrickson signing. Congratulations, by the way. I know you're on that for the entirety for $112 million. Our source says are telling that Trey Hendrickson was basically thinking about playing alongside Max, right? Right. But the decision to go with Trey and keep both first-round picks is certainly what the public narrative is. So I think it's a fascinating little situation where it felt like the Ravens were definitely talking about having Max and Trey, but then they pull out of the Max deal and get Trey, and everybody's like, oh, they fucked Max for Trey. How should we kind of read this, you think, Schefty?
Well, I think that's exactly it. Trey said that his understanding was when he was thinking of going to Baltimore, the idea was to team up with Maxx Crosby, and I don't think he was particularly thrilled that the Maxx Crosby trade fell through. He was looking forward, if he opted for the Baltimore offer in the midst of his discussions with multiple teams, to playing with Maxx Crosby. That was his initial impression. So, again, I think he's happy to get his business taken care of first and foremost, but I think it started out when the conversation first started, he thought that there was the real possibility he was going to be playing with Maxx Crosby if that was the route he went. Obviously, he was talking to a number of teams. The Baltimore offer was the one he took. Obviously, Baltimore stepped up after the Maxx Crosby situation, and here we are.
Yeah, it's fascinating. All of it's interesting, and we'll never really get the truth from behind closed doors on why happened what, because different doctors can judge and deem different doctor things. But all we know, Maxx Crosby, first person in building for the Raiders this morning to continue rehab. On that note, AJ has a question for you, Schefty.
Yeah, Schefty, with Max, I guess any of the teams that were in on him early trying to get for him, are they still actively going to try to trade for him? And if so, what do you think the price tag, what does it look like? Is there going to be a discount now with this whole medical situation?
With Maxx Crosby now, he goes back to the Raiders. The Raiders have said that they've already gotten several calls from teams. I go back to what Dr. Elitrosh said. The time for a physical would be a little bit further down the line. And so I guess somebody could step in and offer something now, but the likelihood that somebody's going to make an offer now that compels the Raiders to deal him, like a serious enough offer, I'm a little skeptical of. We'll see if it happens. I think more than likely these teams are going to come down in their price, and that might be enough for the Raiders to move him. Like, they might want him. I think they've wanted him all along. They were apprehensive about dealing him, and they were only going to deal him unless they got their price. Is another team going to continue to meet their price, or are they better off holding on to the player. I think everybody's kind of recalibrating and adjusting right now that the trade is off, which nobody was expecting to happen. And I just think that Maxx Crosby absolutely still could be traded later on. But I think there's a scenario under which he does wind up playing for Las Vegas.
And that would be a good thing for the Raiders, and we think it would be a good thing for Crosby and his Raiders relationship because we love the moves they made, and they can still afford them. So you add Crosby into the roster that they just created, and we believe Fernando is going to be good. This could be a great time for Maxx Crosby as a Raider, and him showing up 6 a.m. this morning, I do think there's on his sixth year of sobriety. I believe this is the anniversary of his 6th year of sobriety. I assume he feels like there is some sort of universe messaging happening in this whole thing, and we cannot wait to watch him utilize the spite he has from the Baltimore Ravens saying he's not good enough now, as he's already become one of the best in the world. Okay, and everybody likes Maxx Crosby. Now he has the opportunity to utilize the Baltimore Ravens telling him he's not good enough as motivation again, and everybody's going to have to eat shit for that. And the Raiders are certainly going to benefit from all that. We think. Now, if another team comes in, they know what the price is, right? It's 2 1s. You want Max? It's 2 1s. If you don't, you're not going to be able to get it. Let's talk about some other moves that could potentially happen or have been talking about happening. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Schefter, Crosby aside, we've heard names like A.J. Brown, Jalen Carter, Brian Thomas Jr., Jonathan Grenard's still out there. Do you anticipate, is there any chance any of those guys will get dealt today or in the coming days? Or do you think because we saw so many trades over the first couple days of free agency frenzy that it might kind of cool down a little bit now?
Yeah, I don't see Brian Thomas. We talked about that yesterday. The Jaguars moving off him. They've been pretty clear. The Eagles have had the same stance as the Raiders, that if they get a price that they feel like is fair, that they can live with, that they'd be open to listening and considering an A.J. Brown trade. So I think that that's always possible and open. Jonathan Grenard, yes, the Vikings have made him available. That wouldn't surprise me if he winds up being traded. And who was the last name that you asked me about, Ty? Fourth name?
Jalen Carter.
Yeah, the Eagles never have shopped him. Never have shopped him. And that doesn't mean they can't in the future, but they have not made him available.
If he was available, I think that would certainly be that would be a place to be, hey, we got something for you. We can go ahead and make some moves. It seems like there are some teams making some moves, Baltimore obviously being one of them. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, a couple MVP quarterbacks reworked their contracts recently, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Any reason behind that? Any moves, big moves potentially coming down the line for either one of those teams?
I think with the Ravens, it was kind of to get under the cap. Everybody's got to be under the cap today, so they had to make adjustments. And the Bills obviously been tight up against the cap. I'm sure the Bills, they'll wind up making another move or two here. The Ravens obviously went for Trey Hendrickson today. So it's these quarterbacks, you're just borrowing against their contracts. You're pushing it out, being that you know that they're going to be there. It's like a line of credit, and you're borrowing against their contracts because they're not going anywhere, just to give yourself a little bit more flexibility right now.
Yeah, it's not just quarterbacks. Any high-profile, I guess, or high-costing player, as soon as the team deems you're going to be a pillar player for us, they can manipulate that contract how many different ways. That feels smart. If you miss on who that person is, though, then you're going up that creek.
That's right.
Yeah, with no paddle. And it's like, wow, this is just shit. That is what happens. But if you pick your pillar players properly and you pay them long term, you can manipulate their stuff for going forward and make your team much better at the drop of a hat. Buffalo doesn't have as much free cash, I don't think, as was being reported. I do believe, because we immediately thought they were going to go get Maxx Crosby. Okay. Okay, so now you're back in it. It's like, hey, that's going to cost some stuff there. Raiders can afford them. Now, let's talk about what's that?
I don't see Maxx Crosby there in Buffalo.
Where do you see him? Do you see him in Las Vegas? Is that the only spot you see him? Where do you see him?
No, I think that this is a different situation. I don't see Buffalo doing that right now.
Philadelphia.
What about the Indianapolis Colts? Because we were in on Trey Hendrickson. We can give them the 2030.
See that? I mean, but they just give like I think a lot of teams that are going to explore a lot of teams, but you need the cap space and you need the draft pick capital. I just think the cap space in Buffalo is a little tight right now.
You've been, I don't want to say talking, but basically saying a deal for Daniel Jones to keep him in Indy is going to happen. You've been saying that to me literally since you got here in Indy. It's like, are we going to have Dan Jones or somebody else going to have Dan Jones? You guys, they'll get it figured out. They'll get it figured out. They'll get it figured out. A couple reports that the deal got done. Then it finally does get done. We talked to him earlier. Obviously, he is pumped. He's projected to be back by regular season, but he is also utilizing the same surgeon that Tyrese and Jason Tatum used for his Achilles. So who knows what the recovery is at this stage. This is exciting news for him. This is exciting news for us. He wasn't the only signing, though. There was another one that popped up after we went off the air. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Schefter, another thing Schrager said yesterday is basically, hey, Howie Roseman is not just going to go quietly into the night, and they end up getting Reek Willen, who was probably one of, if not the top corner of free agency. Was this expected? Did you see this coming? Were there other teams involved, and do you see any potential long-term, deal being done with Reek Willen at some time, or is this going to be like a one-year mercenary, let's go win another Super Bowl?
Well, I think with Reek Willen, that might have been the picture that Dan posted before Maxx Crosby. Went from Reek Willen to Maxx Crosby on the plane. But Reek Willen was smart about this. Like, if you're going to not get the long-term deal that you want in free agency, then the best thing you could do is go take a short-term deal in a system that you feel like you can thrive in an organization that should win. So Reek Willen in Philadelphia, playing for defensive coordinator Vic Fangio, should be able to thrive there with that defense. And if that's the case, then all of a sudden next year, he becomes one of the top free agents available. When a guy takes a one-year deal, obviously the long-term deal that he wanted wasn't there. And so you push it back 1 year. That's what it looks like happened here. And he put himself in a great position to be able to have a huge payday a year from now.
Is Philly going to be in it again like they are every single year? We just assume yes, right?
Yeah, it should be. It's a great signing for them. Like Schefter said, you're on the contract year, so you expect a player to lock in and play his best ball, and then being opposite with first-team All-Pro Quinyon Mitchell, and another All-Pro with Cooper DeJean in the slot. So, yeah, they got some pieces, and we know what dogs they have up front as well, so they can definitely be right back in if that offense can figure it out.
We're watching them get a pick right there against the Minnesota Vikings. Last question for us to you, Schefty, before you got to go do some politics. Tone's got a question for you.
Yeah, Schefty, the last few days we've been talking as if it's a foregone conclusion that Kyler Murray will be a Minnesota Viking when the new year starts. Is there any world where he is not a Minnesota Viking, and what other teams could he possibly go to?
Well, there's always a world in this football league where things don't happen. We see it every day. So there are never absolutes. But when you just look at the field, I believe that that's the most likely landing spot for Kyler Murray. Now, he'll be released later today. That's what I've been told. And once he is, other teams can step in. Other teams can talk to him. But I would think Minnesota is going to have appeal to him. I think he's going to have appeal to Minnesota. And it's up to those two sides to see if they can get something worked out once he is released.
We don't need him in India. Okay, we got our guy. Don't you worry about us. All right, Schefty, we appreciate the hell out of you, man. We love you, brother. Keep going, and thank you for all your work.
Thank you for the time this week. It was a great honor to be with everybody.
Hey, when do you take a nap? After league meetings, or when's that happen?
Last night was a tough night, so I didn't really get much sleep at all.
Well, we want to let you know we appreciate you battling out there for the good of ball. But what does the schedule look like here? Never mind. You're on something right now? Never mind.
No. The schedule is the schedule as it always is. Like, it's just the league never stops. So that's how it is. After the draft, it'll quiet down.
All right. We'll see you in Pittsburgh. You're the man.
Love you, Schefty.
We love you, man.
Love you, Schefty.
Shefty's got a lot going on, man.
He does. Shefty's like a coach. He's a coach. He's going to die with 2 phones in his hands. Like, he's never going to stop. He's never going to be able to get out of the game.
Buried with him.
Yeah.
When he retires, just 2 Candy Crushes just to kind
that song?
Get his fix.
On the day that I die, hope they find me.
American Pie.
I got 2
Miss America.
That's a 10-minute song? We can sing it right now and kind of get through this entire show.
Yeah.
We're really
Or we do Meatloaf.
I saw some good music last night, dude. I saw some really good music last night.
Craig Morgan, Redneck Yacht Club.
Yeah, he didn't sing that, but he sang a bunch of. He crushed it. He was phenomenal. Lainey Wilson last night. Ernest performed spectacularly. There was Leanne, the Southern comedian lady. She was awesome.
Yeah, I've seen her pop up a lot. Yeah, she's very popular.
She was very funny. She could just read like a telephone book. It feels like, she had a super Southern accent.
Nice.
Yeah, like the way she was funny as shit. And then Jelly Roll went out there and performed. I mean, we had a full concert last night. It was spectacular. You're staying in this Grand Ole Opry place, and obviously this is like the Southerns. This is it.
Yeah.
It's like Augusta.
Mecca.
It's like Augusta is the sports one, and then the Grand Ole Opry is like the Southern music one. And getting a chance to walk through there, I got a tour. I guess in 1937, obviously there's a lot going on in the world. They were deemed, the Grand Ole Opry was a show that used to run out of the Ryman Auditorium. So the Ryman Auditorium, also in Nashville, still exists, still its own functioning theater. The Grand Ole Opry was a show that was operated out of the Ryman, and it kind of showcased country music to the country. 1937, 1920 something, they built their own place, their own facility facility, they took a circle of Ryman's wood from the stage and put it in the middle of the Grand Ole Opry to kind of pay tribute to the Ryman as they built their own like country music museum. I think in 1937 they got essential business because they were on radio, so they were broadcasted out to 39 states and multiple countries on AM during the war, and basically it was for barn dancing is what it was. We're barn dance. We'll broadcast from this barn. We'll broadcast for this barn. It was called barn dancing. So then everybody wanted to come basically to get onto that channel, and that's kind of how it kind of built up everything. So the Grand Ole Opry is considered, I believe, one of the birthplaces of like country music being, you know, a thing to get people by. And you walk through there and the amount of names that are on the walls, it's like, oh, everybody. And then there's some people walking around there with different crews that don't even know fucking Haggard.
What?
Who's
kidding me?
Yeah. Well, Gumpy's certainly not one of them, right, Gumpy? We don't ever show up at a place and not know the icons that busted their ass so that we could be where we are. A lot of pictures.
Yeah. Of Haggard.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah. Young Willie. Saw young Willie.
Yeah. Toby.
Boy, you're a Yankee ass walking around in there and don't really know all these things that you're kind of taught since you were a little baby down there in the South.
Like Bone.
And all of a sudden, you Bones from Illinois. I think he had some trouble even last night.
Wow.
There's a couple, you know, these Southerns like to have their moment down there. Like, hey, who's
this again?
Who's this right here? And, you know, it's like, oh, okay.
They're trying to quiz you to see what you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, I immediately fire first. Like, for instance, it's the first time seeing Duck in a while, and obviously Lainey was my first time meeting her in person. She crushed. Her and Jelly sang, her and Ernest sang, she sang. I mean, she's world class at what she does. Incredible Southern accent, too. I mean, holy shit. We are deep in there. As soon as I see Duck, though, I immediately tell him, I heard you don't fucking know Haggard. You know, just kind of set the tone, you know, and that whole thing. He gets offended immediately that I even said that. And then all of a sudden now we're getting into the, super famous person from country music just walked right in front of us. Who's that? Who's that? Oh, I love what they've done. So it's been a lot of me selling that I have a clue what's going on. But what I'm learning about, I love. And I appreciated the opportunity to be down there. And congrats to Jelly. Congrats to everybody in that Nashville community celebrating one of their own going in there, because obviously that's how they feel. So it was awesome. It was a magical moment out there. All the while I'm stuck to my phone watching the Italy number grow and the USA one stay at 0. I couldn't do it. And then Maxx Crosby isn't a Raven anymore.
Where did that come from?
I'm eating Miss Lemonade's popcorn. She double butters it. She's been doing it that way at the Grand Ole Opry for a long time. Okay, her name's Miss Lemonade.
Sounds delicious.
She was a great
lady. Just a lot of butter? What is double butter?
Double butter. Whenever you walk through there, you understand if it's a Miss Lemonade popcorn or not. It's in a bag. It is spectacular. You have to have it. That's Jeffrey Simmons right there.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Big son of a bitch.
Tennessee Titans. He's a monster. I let him know, though. I took a pass set.
Sure.
I mean, I right in front of him. I let him know that I was going to get to my spot. And then before I even put my foot down, he said, left hand right into your ribs right now. And I was like, whoa. He looked cool. He's obviously a staple of the Tennessee Titans and of the Nashville community. They love him down there.
He's a monster.
Everybody in Nashville loved him. He was moving, and everybody was like, "Oh, Mr." Like there was, which I think if you were to win for the Titans, like I think it is a.
He was at All Pro.
I mean, Vrabel was the one that kind of brought them back success, and you even heard how Ernest talked about him when he was here last week. Like they love him, and Jeffrey Simmons is a guy that could do the whole, you know, kind of Myles Garrett-esque trade requests and everything, and he never does it.
Never does it. Just keeps kicking people's ass. Vrabel said he could beat up everybody on the team but Jeffrey Simmons. So I let him know that I knew that. If you zoom in here, Foxy, I don't know if you can on the photo or not, but as you see me getting to my spot right there, and that's him. That's him saying with the left hand. Left hand is going right to your ribs right now. That Gumpy captured the exact moment that this took place. I had to try it. You know how many times you get the line? Just had Kershaw.
Yeah.
I got Jeffrey Simmons right
All
here.
pro.
Yep. Test your metal.
I immediately just get down.
Locked him up.
Just so I could see it, you know, just so in my mind I could feel what it is. He is an intimidating presence.
Yeah.
His mitts. These things.
I could.
Just
bare
He's
paws.
so explosive. He shouldn't be able to move like he can when the dude is that big.
And he was dressed awesome. I mean, he was Grand Ole Opry. I mean, we had the full denim on with sweet boots with diamonds, I think, down the side of it.
Love that.
I mean, he killed it.
The rhinestones.
It was a fun night last night. Except for,
Denim. No wonder we lost to Italy yesterday. It was Super Mario Day.
It was.
That just reminded me.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Who scheduled that?
Denim.
DeRosa. It was going to win the
Probably.
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 Hey, easy. I love the guy.
Rumor has it they're supposed to play tonight. He said, "No, let's show it. I mean, a ticket's already punched. Let's play the Italians on Mario Day."
He did not.
That can't be real.
I don't like how everybody's doing.
Me neither, but
they were saying mean things about him.
I think he misspoke. He misspoke. Did he really?
He did not.
Did he really think that? He really thought they were on?
Yes, they all thought they were in for sure, and they should be.
They were 3-0.
It's a 4-team thing. We beat 3 of the teams. 2 teams make it. Every sport that I've ever been a part of, send it. Now it's not run differential; it's just runs given up or something like that.
Yeah, like per defensive out. It's the formula is, but I tell you what, people want their pound of flesh.
5 teams are in Pool B,
right?
Not 4.
But same difference.
Brady doesn't count.
You play everybody in the pool, but people not only in the baseball world, people on the internet, they wanted their pound of flesh, and when you look up, and every time you look up. D-Rose putting his foot in his mouth. You kind of found your guy to get your flesh from.
And then Passan saying like, "Oh yeah, we talked to D-Row after we told him he said that." He was like, "No, I didn't. I didn't say that. That's not what I said."
He dropped a "what you hear."
Yeah, exactly.
Does head-to-head
He
not
dropped a,
matter?
"Are you talking to me?"
Yeah,
it's like, come on.
All right, let's talk about some other stuff, please. Okay, baseball team can still make it. I'm not.
Wake up call we needed. Wake up call we needed. Sorry, Italy's going to win tonight. It's the wake up call the boys needed.
Come on, boys.
Fucking better.
If they don't, I mean, it is.
They better get out of this fucking pool. Okay. Are you kidding me? The more we're talking about, the more pissed I'm getting, and I don't want.
You were pretty pissed earlier. I mean,
I was.
You should have seen him. Everybody kind of knows the gimmick. So I'll have a conversation with somebody. I have no direction where I'm headed. Wherever it goes, which is not great. Sometimes it is spectacular. Sometimes it is just like, wow, there was certainly some other stuff we were supposed to cover. That's good news. So the boys have dry erase boards where it's like they have a question they would like to ask. So then you see me kind of try to get to what their question is, so it's a little bit of a smoother enterprise. Sometimes the boys don't have any questions. They just lift things up to give me messages through the conversation as it's happening, their thoughts, their opinions on things. And it's a nice moment for us, I will say. It is a very nice moment for us. This is the first time ever somebody has held up a dry erase board, and while somebody was giving an answer, beating the shit out of the dry erase board. When I'm asking questions on why something's happening, and then he's hitting it. And then I go, hey, why did we choose the... And then he's just batting the hell out of it. Doesn't want a question, okay? Just wants to let me know, hammer home a point, that maybe I need to realize that maybe it was on the skipper a little bit here. And maybe... we got ducks on the pond to tie it up in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't see the skipper in the batter's box all night.
Not one time.
I didn't see him take one.
I wish he was, though. I heard he's hitting bombs. Remember the coaches hitting?
Those guys are having a lot of fun hitting bombs, taking BP, sucking down ice coldies in the clubhouse after they win. I mean, we still got games we got to win. We got to know if we're through, Skip. Ryan Yarbrough? I love him. He's a Yankee, but... fuck, D-Row.
I had no idea.
I kind of just turned into that.
I had no idea.
Went right to it.
Yeah, always a good idea.
Imagine Coach JB leading that team.
I'd love to hear his thoughts on it.
They'd be 4-0.
15-0.
100 running over.
The mound visits.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it would have been tossed from 2 games.
At least before the game even started.
Yep.
All right. We still got it. If we make it, we win it.
And we're good.
Yep. Yeah, if we make it.
If we don't, and Samurai Japan wins again, I'm done.
I saw they were getting shut out, too, by a plumber.
They were.
That ain't the team to worry about.
Check? Yeah, I agree. We're not worried about
check.
Samurai
I'm not
Japan.
worried about Japan.
No.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
We know.
Boy, they are doing something to baseball I've never seen before. It's like cosmic bowling whenever that came in. It's just a whole different, it's the same sport.
They play tonight. Huge one, actually. Them versus Venezuela.
Oh, I cannot wait. The Dominican Republic team is taking the diamond tonight?
Yeah.
The 3 games today. So
have they punched their ticket? Do they know if they're in?
They have. Dominican and Venezuela has. They just don't know who's 1 and who's 2.
Okay.
So, yeah, they played tonight, Dominican and Venezuela. That one's at 8 o'clock. That one's for the number 1 in that group. Canada and Cuba starts off the day. The winner goes in. Loser goes home.
Ooh.
Because that's
come
a big
on,
one.
Kuha.
And then Italy and Mexico.
If Canada beats Cuba.
Cal Quantrill's
Come on,
on the bomb.
Kuha.
You're in trouble, brother.
What's that?
Cal Quantrill's on the bomb for the Canadians. He can spin it.
That guy's not.
Kuha's got somebody, too. I know. They can spin it, too.
Not so much.
Randy Johnson.
Listen, if we're going to get kicked
Cuba?
out.
Yeah. He's doing up
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll watch.
Checks 23 me.
I would, too.
No, you
I think there's a lot of that going on. With
they
this
don't do that in the WBC.
Yeah, there's no reason. We just need to field teams, as many teams as possible. Actually, what are the rules? Whether or not what you would think they are.
So if you identify as you can just join a team.
Yes, I'm actually thinking about playing. What's that?
No, I remember that picture. Tried to go play for
Roll
Champion.
Yeah.
Not British. There's a graphic.
Nice try, pal.
Well, he said
you're
he
not
didn't like
fucking British, and he said, "Okay, you caught me," and he went back to Red Sox camp.
He's very Dominican.
They tried to make him eat a plate of beans and mash, and he wouldn't do it.
Oh, this was the graphic that was put out by John Boy Media, who's obviously a massive. The WBC has been fantastic.
It has been.
And by the way, John Boy Media has gotten into my algo now more because I've been doing the baseball. They are talented at what they do.
Yeah,
they are very good. Yeah, John Boy. I'm sorry, I never really did the baseball as much, and my algo probably knew that more than I did at the time. So you never made your way in there naturally, only whenever you guys had your big shit happen. Now naturally coming in there, it's been nice to see the baseball content world kind of come into my life. There's a lot to love about baseball. The fucking Italians don't beat the Mexicans today, though. I'm out.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm out on baseball forever. Okay.
But just think of how well Skino pitched. You got the Pirates still. Yeah. Okay. We're going to make it through.
Skeens knows there's no chance I'm paying attention if we lose to it. He knows. Skeeno knows. I assume that whole entire clubhouse expects us. No, not the rest of the world. They got to live their own lives. We got a big MLB season coming up. Okay, I can't wait to maybe watch it.
Maybe the last one, so we should.
But they would understand completely if I was to get out because this happens. I think they would understand me. They give me some grace.
Yeah.
And on that note, we in Mexico hit more than 5 runs.
Yep.
And we need Italy to just win.
Yeah.
And this game's at what time?
7 or 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
And when did the Dominicans play?
8 o'clock.
That's on Tubi. That was supposed to be
got
on
moved,
TV.
yeah.
That got flipped to Tubi. Yeah, so.
How did Tubi get in?
Fire up the Tubi app.
That's
a good question.
This YouTube should have gotten. We should try to get in the game. We probably could have afforded to. Could you imagine us broadcasting one of these games? No offense, Tubi. Never heard you. But no offense to Tubi. Okay. Maybe 30 years from now, we might need to do business. So please know that I say good things about Tubi whenever the good times come. I'm not finding what Tubi is. That a channel?
Great movie.
It came
streaming service.
It came on one of my TVs automatically. Maybe a couple of my TVs.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like that one Sports
The
Grid.
U2 album. Oh,
Sports Grid. Yeah.
Sports Grid. Yeah.
It's on 155 billion TVs.
Yeah, Roku.
Nationwide.
I got the pipes.
Oh, maybe I'm confusing Roku and Tubi.
Rhino Roku.
Yeah.
Tubi is an American over-the-top ad-supported stream service owned by Fox Corporation. Okay, so that's how that
There you go.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
All right, so we wouldn't have been able to buy that. Okay, now we move on, and we're a little bit more educated, and hopefully baseball does good things. Let's talk about some news that have happened. Dan Jones and the Colts signed a 2-year extension. AJ, we haven't heard your thoughts on this. This is obviously massive for us over here. Actually, AJ, kind of free agency frenzy as a whole. What are some of the big names and big signings that kind of rattled the NFL universe in your eyes?
It's hard to, after the Maxx Crosby news that hit last night, which when it first hit, I wasn't really sure it was real or not. I had to confirm it multiple different sources. I would assume other people did as well. That kind of shocked everything. I mean, Trey, the fact that Trey got the deal he got is awesome. That's impressive. I'm happy for him.
Let's go, Trey.
Long time. Took him a while to get there. We know that. Multiple years of going back and forth with the Bengals and everything like that. I mean, when you think about it, who do you think who's the best out of all of it?
You tell me, AJ. I'm excited.
Honestly, the Titans are doing some work.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing with their defense. I think they're at least giving themselves a chance and Robert Saleh to make something work. And you pop that list up of you see the Titans additions. I like what they're doing their back end for sure. John Franklin Myers, I think he's an under the radar player as well. Look at the deal. It's not really under the radar. He still got paid very well. But when you popped it up, the Raiders, I believe. The Raiders, look at what they're doing. Their linebacker core, I think Quay Walker, he's a great player, and Green Bay is going to miss him for sure, and Nakobe Dean as well. And then if Max does play for you, like if you are Fernando Mendoza, you got to be kind of excited about what these Raiders have been doing.
Yeah, definitely. The Raiders had to spend money. They did, and we like it. And we assume and we think from our sources that Tom Brady is a little bit more, hey, let's actually try to maybe listen to this guy, from my understanding. Now, he is a minority owner, so what does he get to say versus other minority owners because he's the greatest of all time? Who knows? But from our understanding is there is a little bit more of a Tom Brady influence when decisions are being made. That's why you see Linderbaum get $30 million. Hey, we need If we're going to get a rookie quarterback in here, we need this. What else do we need? Well, we definitely need a defense. That's going to help. Okay, let's load up a defense maybe, and let's try to protect this guy, and let's try to make sure he's not getting run off fields by other teams.
Yeah, you got 5 starters right there. Obviously, Stokes is a holdover that they had him doing already, but that's a former first-round pick too by the Packers. Super fast guy, picked his career back up. And Terran Johnson, one of the best slot defenders in there. You get edge help, and then you completely rebuild your linebacking core. And then Naylor, he'll step up into a much bigger role on offense. Probably a number 2 receiver, depending on what they do either in the draft or even down the line in free agency. Maybe they make a trade, but he's a great weapon as well. So they've done all the right things to set Fernando Mendoza up for success.
Yeah, and what do you think about Dan Orlovsky just kind of, hee-hawing around about Fernando maybe being the number 1 overall pick? You think this is just kind of, is this Bam Orlovsky football, which is what he is calling himself now on X after Bam Adebayo goes for 83 points and he goes 1 for 7 on television, shooting the rock here at the Thunderdome. Bam Orlovsky, some are saying, obviously, not us, but he's found folks that have said that. But he was talking about Mendoza and Ty Simpson. He's been kind of teetering on that. Mendoza hasn't sold him yet. Why do you think that is the case? Do you think it is just small school? Like if he would have went to LSU and did this, like let's say Joe Burrow did, whenever Joe Burrow transferred down there, do you think there'd be more respect from more national people than what it is? Because I think everybody understands he's going to go number 1, but I think a lot of people are like, kind of a weak number 1 overall pick. Yeah. Why do you think that is the case?
Yeah, even people were taking shots at him when he won the Heisman, saying it was kind of an underwhelming Heisman class. I mean, we saw him boots on the ground, and obviously you've been with Game Day, you saw him a little bit more. But, I mean, he checks all the boxes, but he's not like an Andrew Luck type prospect or a Cam Newton or one of these guys who, you're tanking for a couple. Even Tua, when he was coming out, it was a tank for Tua campaign. So he's not one of those prospects, but we've seen him and we've been around enough quarterbacks to see and know, like, hey, he does all the right things. He looks the part. And then he can be a guy, which most guys are, if shit isn't in place around him, he can flame out and not be great. So I think the Raiders, like I said, are doing all the right things. It's going to be interesting to see him in this offense, too. A lot more under center, a lot more play action, kind of half rolls, half boots, a little different than what he did in college, but I think he's smart enough and he's definitely talented enough to figure it out and make those adjustments.
And he's got the grit. Like, I think Les Snead was the one who came on, the GM for the Rams, and basically said, like, hey, we look for guys who transferred from lower schools, went on to a bigger school, and then performed because they want those big moments. Like Mendoza, he went to Cal. He was supposed to go to Yale, first of all. Then he goes to Cal so he can play like legitimate high D1 football. Then he goes to the Big Ten, and then he performs in the biggest moments. Like that as well, just the want to be great. But the other thing, too, with Ty Simpson that's kind of in the same boat is like Ty Simpson probably could have transferred while he was at Alabama multiple times because he wasn't the starter when he first got there, and him sticking through it, especially through kind of the regime change, because Ty Simpson also a Saban guy. Like, I don't know if that's been talked about enough with him. So both of them might end up being fantastic, but there is clearly one that outperformed.
We think, because we saw boots on the ground and we watched them play against each other, and we followed it all more so than anybody else because we live in Indiana, so we were kind of forced to do that. Go ahead, Tom.
To put it in perspective, like over the last few drafts, I was listening to Daniel Jeremiah and everyone, all the scouts and GMs that he talked to at the draft. And if we go back like the last 3 drafts, he had Mendoza right below Caleb, Jaden, and Drake, the same as Cam Ward, but then ahead of like Bo Nix, Penix, and McCarthy. So like, as far as like coming out, maybe a little bit below those guys who are like considered like elite, but higher than guys who are like projected to just be like a good average starter in the NFL.
Yeah, normally if you're going to be the number 1 overall pick, you're going to a shite situation.
Yes.
That's just kind of how it goes. The Raiders, to everybody's point here, making it better, hopefully making it easier. They're not the only ones. Record-breaking amount of money spent during free agency frenzy here. $3.3 billion
Jesus.
in contracts were given out. Congratulations to the NFL and all the players. You guys have built a product that is so successful and so healthy that people are literally able to change not only their lives, but generations of their families to come if they're able to play a position well in the sport of football. We are very grateful for that being a profession. We're also very grateful that it changed people's lives so damn much. It gives people hope in situations in which they know they might not be able to have anything else. Sports take care of people. The NFL has taken care of a lot of people. The NFL has made a lot of people millionaires, myself included. The NFL has given a lot of opportunity. The sport has given a lot of opportunity. So for that, I'm incredibly thankful. Now, is everything perfect? Absolutely not. But $3.3 billion in contracts out to players, to guys who've worked their ass off to get themselves in a position to be able to negotiate with 32 franchises that are worth billions and billions of dollars because of their abilities to play football is a beautiful thing. This is wonderful, and it was really cool to be a part of, AJ. And I love that we are a league, and I say we as if I'm a part of it. I will be looking for a percentage of a team, though, at some point.
Sure.
We will be looking for a percentage of a team at some point.
Lin Bin operates.
It feels like it's going to take a long time. Yeah, exactly. Lin Bin let us know it's going to be a long time for us to be able to get into that game, but hopefully we'll be able to get there. But I love that our league blesses so many people because of how successful and great the sport is, AJ.
Yeah, football is king and the NFL is the best. I mean, that's the fact that free agent frenzy is such a big deal and people pay so much attention to it just tells you all you need to know about the NFL. Like, this doesn't happen in many other sports. I don't know. Maybe I just don't pay enough attention to other sports. But when it comes to the NFL, we know everything. Like Schefter said, that's why Schefter doesn't get to sleep ever, because the league never sleeps. The league is 365 days a year, and the stuff is actually interesting. And we're seeing franchises possibly turn things around or possibly go to poop. So this is where it is. It's where we are right now.
Yeah, some teams stay in poop, some teams go to poop, but everybody's looking for glory hole.
Yeah,
and that glory hole is obviously Lombardi at the end of it. They need to do something about what happened with the Ravens and Maxx.
Yeah.
That's bad. Because if this number is just able to just disappear, like a Walmart rolling prices thing, like that cannot be.
They're saying legal tampering period's gone.
Yeah, that's what we're saying too. We're saying Monday at noon, this shit starts.
Yeah.
Let everybody lock in. Because us being able to talk also, just for the good of free agency frenzy, and you talk about free agency frenzy is a thing, I feel like it certainly has become one. I feel like it has become a thing. But if you talk to the league offices, like Schefter was one of the first people ever to be like, hey, this day is a big day. And maybe people were a little resistant, both at the league network and then when he gets to ESPN, he's like, hey, this is a big day if we were to make it a big day. I think ESPN bought into it a bit more, and then the league bought into it a bit more. It's also something where they understand whenever they have moments. You know, like they understand whenever they have moments and they promote it. They're a healthy business. It's like free agency frenzy, we assume, is only going to grow. I mean, what the draft has become.
Yes.
It's only going to grow. They're going to create new shit that's only going to grow, which is only going to make that number, that $3.2 billion number or $3.3 billion number, only bigger in the future. It's like they're nowhere near where they're headed in this entire game. And now we're hearing Thanksgiving Eve is becoming a day in which the NFL is going to take over. It's like that number's only going up and to the right. And that man right there certainly has been booed a lot of times. But he has shown up and delivered for these owners with everything he said he was going to do when he started as commissioner and what he is now. Global expansion, okay, the valuations of franchises, the TV deals that we can get.
Health and safety.
Health and safety for the players, the product of our game. It's like they are in a good spot. And these 3 days are basically a showcase of that. And the talented players are the reason why the game is where it is and the business is where it is. And I think the reason why we like this so much is because we're seeing that and them get kind of blessed through the whole opportunity. I love free agency frenzy. To your point, AJ, it's become some of my favorite shit we got.
Yeah, I mean, it just illustrates how healthy the league is. And, I mean, going into it, everyone talked about, like, this isn't that great of a free agency class. You know, we don't really have the quarterbacks. And then look what happens. You know, like, we still get $3.3 billion worth of deals. As long as the cap continues to rise the way we think it will, like, it doesn't matter if there are a bunch of, you know, like, superstar household names available free agent wise. Like, teams are going to spend money, and this is going to continue to be as big of a deal as there is on the NFL calendar.
Yeah, I don't think – was there a position group was reset outside of Trent McDuffie? I know that was a trade.
Center.
Center, definitely.
Okay.
Interior lineman.
Yeah, okay. So that would be the one.
But other than that, no.
Yeah. But looking back at that list of the top five, and I know Conman mentioned it earlier in the week with the Seahawks and the Patriot being top five spenders last offseason, who from this list can you see? I know Washington's been in the NFC Championship, Jaden's rookie year. Who from this list can you see making it at least a championship weekend?
Well, since the Ravens said, I don't think so to Maxx Crosby, I mean, you could just go ahead and let me be wooed by everything that just happened over there. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders. Tennessee Titans, after meeting Borgonzi and Saleh and Cam Ward, we know, and now Jeffrey Simmons, it's like, their stadium's ass, going to be until they get a new stadium, but the city's ready to explode. So maybe they're Washington Commanders have had it, right? We know Daniels could potentially do it. And then Bryce Young and the Panthers, they take a huge swing day one and spend a lot of money to up their roster, it's like any of them, I guess, at this point, you could really see it.
Yeah, I mean, like that division doesn't stink. That isn't the right thing to say, but they won that division last year, and you look at everyone else up here. I mean, I guess the Saints are included in that, but we expect Shuck to make a jump. But yeah, like I mean, coming off winning the division and then taking the Rams to the brink, who a lot of people thought were maybe the Super Bowl favorite or the second best team. Like Panthers got a lot better. I mean, they did kind of go from good football team to potentially great football.
So on that note, we didn't give you an answer. Who do you think?
Those two answers.
Yeah, well, I gave you 5 answers.
I mean,
Panthers we like?
Not the Commanders. I mean, the Commanders aren't far off. They can stay healthy.
It's like, and they got much better at edge because their defense has been horrendous. D-Butch, you correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like they still have holes in the secondary. Titans still have O-line issues. Who else? Saints still have some issues on the defense side of the ball. But like Panthers were just there. They almost beat the Rams last year. At like what would they?
Connor says hold the phone.
I kind of think the Saints. With ETN, what they did, and just how like if you just look at their offense as a whole, Juwan Johnson came on as a tight end. Olave's kind of proven as a very legitimate 1,000-yard receiver. ETN in the backfield now. Now their O-line we'll see, but they also added Caden Ellis. Couple guys on defense, kind of love what they were doing.
We have a math correction after a Danny Dimes deal is done. The Colts have entered top 5 spenders.
Wow.
Ooh. Well.
So who was in the Super Bowl last year?
Patriots and Seahawks. Patriots are the number 1 spending team in free agency the year before. Seahawks are the number 4 spending team.
Oh, so top 5 spending teams make it to the Super Bowl? Okay. That's what I just heard. We doing fucking stats or not?
Since 2025, 2 of the top 5 teams in free agency spending will make the Super Bowl.
So now we're doing trends. Okay, so we're doing stats, we're doing trends, we're doing everything. And with the Danny Dimes deal, not only do we know who our trigger man is, and we assume he's going to be healthy to play, which he told us earlier today. We're also top 5 spenders, which if you read the trends, which I like to do, I like to get into the nitty gritty.
Sure.
I like to know what has happened before so we can predict what's happening the now and the future. That's why I went over to Tokyo, Japan, and take a look at the stocks because they're 13 hours ahead of time. I want to see what's going on in the future. That's what's happening here.
Futures.
So they're top 5 spending team all of a sudden. It's like, wait a minute. Colts Super Bowl's back on, brother. And Pards might have just been a little bit hanging out, towards the end of the season after Dan Dimes got hurt. He said, sorry, boys, I was hanging up here with all the Beatles there. We're having a blast. Had no idea we're going to break a leg during a bye week, and then the Achilles happened. I'll get you next year, boys. So Jim Irsay's season to the Super Bowl is certainly just next year because we're top 5 spenders. And also, shout out to Carly. Shout out to Kalen. Shout out to Casey. A lot of upfront money having to come out, too. They're making the decisions to go. I love that. But I also like the Carolina Panthers taking huge swings on day 1.
Yeah, and the Titans.
Huge.
There was a trends yesterday. I forget what the exact graphic was, but the number 1 team in spending in free agency basically for the last 10 years has upped their win total by like 3 games, right? Yeah. Patriots were 10 last year, but still at least 3 games. Like if you're thinking about the Titans with the 4 overall pick, potentially adding Jeremiah Love to everything that they've already done, like Titans might be fantastic.
Oh, my God. I didn't even think about Dable with Jeremiah Love and Cam Ward out there. Man, I think you put Jeffrey Simmons on offense, too, just after what I saw last night.
They did this past year.
Something to think about. I don't know who's tackling him, honestly.
See Sonny Styles maybe in that. Oh, actually, or Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
Tennessee Titan.
Yeah, the logo that was released. We will continue digitally. YouTube, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, TikTok Live, X. Can't believe we're leaving ESPN News.
I know.
We're going to stop doing news shit, though. We're telling you that.
Yeah.
Miss you.
So if you want no more news stuff here in 6 seconds or so, we'll be back tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Goodbye. No more news.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Stop.
Not even old news?
Done.
No news.
Okay.
We're not breaking the news.
Was that the melody?
What about, remember Conman used to do like on this day in America?
On this day. I do remember that, yeah. We really wanted that to continue, and then Connor just said, nope, I'm not fucking doing it.
Anytime we playing something with me, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't you think we could get past that?
I think with AI now, actually, it might be a little easier. I might be able to.
Because you might be able to just do it live in real time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now,
They could fuck you. They will.
Yes,
fuck
they
you.
can.
Especially live. You got to double check their ass.
And triple check. And you also do are you sure?
Yeah.
That's always a good one to follow up with these AI things. Hey, listen. And how does that read? Are you sure? Do they go, oh, good question, actually. Actually, I'm not quite sure. Like, is that ever going to happen?
You got me.
Shit,
I was wrong.
I was lying to you. I was fucking lying to you, just like your dad did back in the day. Before there was internet on your phones, I fucking lied. You got me.
Here we go.
You got to check me.
I got one right here.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
On this day.
In 1892, March 11th, the first public basketball game was played in Springfield, Massachusetts, just over a year after James Naismith invented basketball.
And on that day, Wilt went for 100, right?
Yeah.
Is that the year?
He was a few years after.
Okay, that was what year?
I don't see
1892.
1892.
Okay.
But
I get my timelines fucked sometimes.
so yeah, it was around there. Also, tennis legend Steffi Graf in 1991 on March 11th. She had an incredible run as the world #1 women's player ended. After 186 consecutive weeks.
Oh, it was a good run now.
Yeah, great run. Yeah, Monica Seles.
Two great players.
Seles. That's what I thought. Took over the top spot.
Well, that's what happened
on this day.
See that? Not bad.
It's back. It's back.
Yeah, hey, we'll see you tomorrow. Can't wait for tomorrow.
Connor sees clearly.
What's going to happen? So we will read it live, which might get us to D-Butt's point and what we were talking about earlier. There's a fact checker coming right down the fucking pipe.
That's right.
I think it's all right.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here. There's somebody coming. Actually, my fucking granddaddy.
Oh, we got a baseball one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, we're all. Yeah. Get in and out.
Okay.
We might be done with baseball.
This is per AI. A quirky, in parentheses, and shady moment in baseball history. The Cincinnati Enquirer, AJ, reported that Baltimore manager John McGraw signed a player named Toko Homa, supposedly a Cherokee Native American. See, AI, you got to watch out what they're going to say.
What did they say? They dropped an I word out there?
Yes, they did, and I am not going to finish. What?
Oh, come on!
Who was it? Which AI is this?
It was.
Just so we know what world.
GPT or
I think we know which one I'm using.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I told my AI to always act like it's 1995, so it says some stuff.
All right.
Why? Why?
That's what. Hold on. I didn't hear what he just said. I was reading what you just looked up. Apparently, how is that what was decided to send to you on this day?
Those are just the four. Those are just the four that it gave to me.
Wild story in history.
Yeah.
Love where we're at in sports. What a time to be alive. We are so incredibly thankful that we get to do this for a living. I think. What did we miss? Did we miss anything? College hoops is happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got Bam. We talked about Bam.
Got Bam in. Thank you for getting that in. That's a huge deal. We're happy for you, Bam.
I mean,
Baby Bam.
Oh, I know one.
Ethical buckets. That was perfect.
Ethical buckets
Yeah,
that
right.
first half. He had 43 in the first half.
Perfect.
Ethical buckets.
Bruce would die if we didn't mention that 4-4 is now running behind 4-2, and 4-2 is about 300 pounds. Patrick Ricard.
Yeah, that is a crazy signing for John Harbaugh to have Cam Scatterboot and Patrick Ricard in the backfield with Jackson Dart at quarterback, who we know will just he'll send it right into your face.
Yeah, does not care.
This is going to be a tough physical football game.
Yeah.
This can be Harbaugh football to a T. I also do appreciate how like six Ravens went right to the Giants.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh selling to the team like, hey, you see, we win game. I mean, I don't know what they're so mad about down there. I have no idea what they're going to do. It's an interesting operation down there, but these guys are all good players. They know exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to sign them. Sweet. To all the players. It's going to be the exact same way we just now live here.
Yep.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. Everything good.
More places to eat.
Sweet. Yeah, you're going to love the food. Apparently, they bring a lot of shit in here for that.
Northern Jersey going to get some great Italian.
Yeah. Ricard, you're Italian.
Baltimore's got some good Italian, right? I assume. Bisciotti's the owner, but does he live there?
I don't.
Are there Italians in Baltimore?
No, I know Jimmy's Seafood, and that's about it.
He's Greek, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the Italian food is the sell. It needs not be the Italian baseball though.
No.
Other than tonight.
We need like the first inning, like going into the second inning, we need it to be like 8-8. That'd be good, right?
Then
we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we're good.
That's not going to happen, but yeah, we do need that.
Well,
Why? Why is that not going to happen? We just got fucking shelled by Italy, dude. Anything
I
could happen.
know we did. It's not going to be 8-8 in the second inning. I have a feeling, unfortunately, that we're going to be fucking gnawing our fingers.
We need Nola to
bloody little nubs. We need
throw
Aaron.
his worst appearance
I'm
ever.
putting the rest of my money into this thing.
Don't.
I'm doing it for the
that
over.
was a good bet.
Connor brought it up. I did not.
I just needed a win, AJ.
7.5.
I just needed a
I'm
fucking
with you.
win.
I am with you. That's a lock. That's a lock that should have hit.
Italy baseball. Okay.
I saw an account tweet. Sometimes you just want to see the ball go through a hoop.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you, Action Network. That was exactly what I wanted to.
Whoa.
That's a little much.
That's for tonight.
That's fucking gross.
Is the anthem on? I can't hear it.
Oh,
Italy.
That's not it.
I think we're not doing it. Enough. We need to relax with this whole thing. We need to remember who's our team and who isn't our team. Our team is America.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, we need the fucking paisanos tonight to hit some fucking dong shots. Let's get the Lavazza, boys. Okay, let's get that thing.
Some limoncello.
Let's get it all here. Definitely. Let's get some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get all the gabagool action. We would like to pay for the gabagool. We would like all the gabagool in Houston delivered to the fucking Italians
Just
today.
a full
Please.
charcuterie tray in the dugout.
Wrap the baseballs in prosciutto, boys.
Please, with mbots right on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure the boys are ready. Get them enough wine. We would like to supply all the wine for their celebration afterwards. You see Paisano walking in there?
Oh, yeah. Paisano Pasquantino.
Clear as English I've ever heard straight out of America. Where's the fucking wine?
Yeah.
Buddy, we'd like to...
Where's the fucking wine?
I love this guy.
His last name's Pasquantino. You're saying he's not Italian?
No, I love him. Anybody from Pittsburgh, if they wanted to play for Italy, I think I would have to appreciate that and respect that as well. But again, for America, we need you tonight. We would like to buy at least 4 bottles of wine. Now, I don't know enough about the wine world, but I do know some of these bottles are fucking outrageous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You seen what I just did with the Americans last night? 5,000 out the door. We don't have that anymore. You guys are getting bagged wine, and you're gonna like it.
Franzia's fine.
Okay?
Delicious.
These guys will love it.
Thank you.
It's a delicacy.
I will buy all the box wine that you fucking need. Okay, for the entire country.
What about some Sambuca?
Ugh.
Tell you what, if you guys need a little Sambuca to get the job done tonight against Mexico, I'll fucking throw some of that in there too.
I mean, it's a good chance they shot their load early, right? And like they don't have a whole lot left.
The Italians?
That's the worry, though.
Italians have loads for days. They work out every morning. You know why?
That's right. They're up early building the loads, brother. That's what it's all about. They're delivering the loads. They're cooking the loads. They're making the loads. And tonight, they unload, okay? And they need to do it again. And we need them. You know what? Pepperoni pizzas too for all of them.
Yeah.
If they have loads left, because they shot a big one yesterday.
Mm-hmm. A bunch of them.
Yeah.
There was a rope loads. The fucking throwing people out at first with a guy doing the splits.
Yeah.
I mean, what
ropes everywhere.
Holy shit, is that baseball? And then you watch the Dominican team play. It's like, was that baseball? This is what baseball is? I love that sport. And then college baseball people are like, look at this fucking shit. They're sending me highlights of college baseball down in the South.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't know that was possible. We need that tonight for Italy.
Yeah.
Or if
We need
Mexico wants to
the
score a bunch of runs and
espresso
win.
flying around. Sorry, Tony. I'm just
No, all good. Mexico, if they want to score a bunch of runs and win too, that's fine.
That works too.
Yeah, they should just score 5 first inning. Boom. Okay.
And then we're good.
Zito, my Spanish-speaking friend here. Zito, I believe Andale is for Mexico.
Vamos.
Yeah.
Vamos. And Andale, though, I think is a Mexican dialect of Spanish. Because I believe a lot of Spanish-speaking... They all speak different Spanish. Everybody speaks different Spanish, right? I mean, you would know, I guess, a little bit more down South Florida. Because I'll learn something from Rey Mysterio.
Sure.
And I'll feel like a fucking beast.
Sure.
I'll just walk in somewhere. Aquí estamos, mi amigo, ándale, huh? It's like, no, that's fucking wrong one, buddy. It's like, all right, shit. I'll take a fucking cafe con leche. Jesus Christ, I thought I was a hero here, you know? And they know immediately. They know immediately. But I think ándale is the one, right? Zito, is that right? Andale, yeah. So, hey, andale, boys. Fucking big ones.
Andale.
We need fucking big ones. Bang out there.
Vamos.
Vamos. Big ones. Boom. It would be so cool if Mexico hangs 7 in the first inning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it would.
Who's pitching?
For Mexico?
Italy.
Italy, Aaronola. Plays.
That's not real. That guy's...
He's the one.
He's Polish.
Bryce Harper brought him up when we were out there and doing the interview. He said
He
he's
played
got
junior?
the best fastball. Yeah, I believe so.
That's fastball. So that means the boys from Mexico just need to be sitting on that.
Yeah, Jaron Duran, ding dong tonight.
Dead red. That other guy that we always...
Alejandro Kirk.
Yeah, wobble body?
Yeah,
I like
you keep
that.
calling him wobble body. I don't know if he's gonna love that.
That's not who he is. He's the catcher, right?
Yeah.
And that's for his job. He's built that way.
Exactly. Jonathan Aranda, first baseman, very good
Great
as
at blocking
well.
balls.
Jack.
And you know what, Italy? Why don't you guys win too? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
You guys should win too.
Yeah.
We basically can't lose here tonight.
Bingo.
I'm going to bet on that. USA advance.
Let's not say that again.
USA to advance? Yeah, you should definitely bet that.
I just hope D-Row knows that we're still alive and that he hasn't booked a plane ticket back to New Jersey yet. That's my hope.
I don't know.
Italy has moved from plus 240 to plus 190.
Okay.
Hey.
Is that good for us?
Bunch of American marks.
Yeah, a lot of money coming in on Italy. They believe in Aaron Nola.
Struggling to figure out if that's good for us.
That's good. That's good. That means Italy's going to win.
Yes, it does. For America.
For America.
Hey, those boys, a lot of Americans in there.
Yeah, there are.
Obviously, Italian Americans, American Italians. We see what you're doing. We respect it.
Yeah.
We love the boot country. We love it. We say grazie all the time.
Yeah, we do.
Now you get a chance to do your thing for America, too, boys. Okay? You're doing your thing for Italy. Tonight you got an opportunity to do something for America.
Don't fuck us.
And we grazie that.
Yeah.
We grazie the shit out of that.
That's right.
Ben.
Right, AJ?
Yes, we do. But didn't Jet say that both these teams hate the U.S. team?
Yes, they did. But what we're trying to do here is try and get past that. We're trying to set our swords aside.
I just want a bunch of runs, early, and then we can relax. Unloads everywhere.
Yeah, unload the loads.
All right, I guess there's only one way to really find out what's going to happen tonight.
Okay.
This one's for Italy.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no.
Got a couple ops here.
Do one for Mexico and 5+ runs.
All right. This is for 5+. International ball.
There we go.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Jeez.
Do one for Mexico under 5 runs.
We don't have any more balls.
One underneath.
I mean,
that.
that wasn't the right one anyway. I think you need to take a pitch and just go yard.
In here? Mm-hmm. All right, somebody put on the catcher's gear. No, I'm joking. All right, we'll watch baseball tonight. We'll obviously follow along with all the free agency. AJ, it was great to see you. We did miss you, man. We definitely could have made it happen, but you got a lot of shit going on. And also, next trip is going to be fantastic out to league meetings out in Phoenix.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. That should be fun.
Man, right around the corner.
Speaking of league meetings, okay, our league we're proud of.
Mm-hmm. Always, every day.
Certainly.
$3.3 billion in contracts in 2 days in our league, okay? Yeah. PGA Tour gets one of our guys, second-in-command guy, to go run their shit. Brian Rolopp. We got a lot of pride in Brian Rolopp. Mm-hmm. Brian Rolopp's done a lot for the NFL.
Good egg.
He's done a lot for our league. PGA gets him over here. What the fuck were they doing to this guy? Can we get a better shot on this guy?
Disgusting.
He's done a lot for the NFL, okay? He's your new boss. We don't know if this is his first press conference or what it was, but can we get a zoom in? One fucking time.
There's not even a sponsor in the background. It's just PGA Tour.
Yeah. Unbelievable. It's like I'm watching. I'm so pumped for him. He was speaking. I'm like, Brian's a good speaker. Like he's good. He's also
wasn't there like 1,000 people too? I saw a clip. There's a bunch of people that came to this presser.
Yeah,
a ton.
Yeah, it was a ton. So I was like pumped for it. We're like, let's put it on TV. Where's that Golf Channel? Let's fucking put that on. Let's shut everything else up. Let's put it on. He walks up there and starts talking. I'm like, this is not real? They got to be doing a zoom in at some point. It's like, no, if I could put a name tag under him, actually, let's go ahead and build up towards his chin here. Let's go ahead and make the height up here on the hat. Yeah, let's fucking, hey, come on. You got a guy. This guy's really good. This guy is really, really good at what he does. I think he will probably guide the PGA Tour to places that the PGA Tour has never been before, especially in this modern market where he understands the streaming. He's negotiated deals with every streaming platform. It's like, can we just show the guy a little respect here?
Help him out.
Please show a little respect to the guy. Yeah. I don't like it. I didn't like it, AJ. As soon as I seen it.
Man. Just crop it a little bit.
Tiny bit. It's Jordan Schultz on our show.
Yeah.
Just light him up, put some lights on him, and crop it a little.
I missed that bit.
Anyways, all that. We need you more press conferences, dude.
Only the bit, though.
What?
Jeez. Bro.
Fair.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Come on. Toad.
So funny.
Toad's always causing problems.
He certainly is. So are you. We missed you the last couple of days. We'll be back tomorrow. There's a Big 12 game on ESPN right now, it appears. We'll go watch that and try to get back after last night's guarantee not hitting.
Yeah.
Because America can't fucking hit whenever there's ducks on a pond. That's what I learned.
What's that about?
We'll find a favorite. We'll find a minus 900 favorite today. and we'll go get it.
45 minutes, Canada and Cuba.
What are the odds?
Not really big.
Canada is now minus 170.
Can't happen. This can't happen.
I like Canada.
We've been saying. Say it again.
Fuck you!
On him. Good baseball team.
No, against Cuba, I like Canada to win today.
Oh.
It's good baseball team.
I like Canada. This guy right here.
No, they know that. They know I
You
know.
just said it too.
We.
To be fair, yeah, there it is.
Hell is
we all
going
like
on
Canada.
around
This
here?
is
I'm
great.
so sorry. It
Go
caught me slipping.
Canada.
It caught me slipping.
What is happening?
It's got me flustered. We fucking lost to Italy in the baseball. Listen, Italy does this really well. I've gotten into this a lot. Espresso coffees.
Yeah.
Originated.
I heard they're changing the name to baseball.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We're going to sit together, okay?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Did you say come on after that? Was that
No.
Was it worth it?
No.
His new thing saying come on after he said something that's so absurd. It's outrageous. We appreciate you all so much. Shout out to sports. AJ, it was great seeing you again. D-Butt, thank you for traveling up. Great work this week. We'll continue to talk about everything in the sports world that we learn about. So anything else that you think we should learn about, please send it in. I'm at Pat McAfee Show, at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt, at Tone Diggs, at Darius J. Butler, at Evan Foxy will get on, at Bruce Brown will get on, and at Bubba Gumpino. He's never sleeping.
That's right.
Okay, so he will see it. And also, if you think you can get a world record in something,
Yes.
please, for the love of fucking God, will you send us an idea?
For Christ's sake.
Come on. We have
I
been
thought there'd be
begging.
thousands of great ones. There's
Me
really
too.
not any good ones.
We thought there would be, dude. I've never been more.
There's some really bad ones.
Wow, we got no juice. We can't fucking find anything in my life. We can't. If you have a world record-like ability that doesn't take 15 to 20 hours.
Yeah, or would be entertaining on TV.
Eating a hat. Boom.
Boom.
Bingo.
Or eating like 1,000 hard-boiled eggs. That's got to be a record.
Okay, whatever the case. World's longest pee is 8.5 minutes. I've had my show.
Do that.
8.5 minutes.
Bring the bowlie, put him right in the middle of the basketball court. Dong out. Stopwatch in his hand.
We are looking for those, but on that note.
That type of thing.
Not that,
but
because we got to get around that. But you know.
You could blur it. You could blur it.
Safe travels wherever you go.
Safe travels.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together. Thank you all so much. This has been so much fun. I hope we are able to continue to talk about baseball going forward.
Hell yeah.
Amen.
We will. We will.
And I hope my broken heart heals when the Italians play an ass whooping on Mexico tonight, or Mexico just scores 5 runs.
Yes. Early.
Need it. Need it in that first inning.
Love you, D-Row.
And then we'll be.
D-Row.
D-Row needs it more than we do.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he does.
He does.
Because if the boys get in, they're going away.
Yep.
Team on me. We'll see you tomorrow. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.